Oh, there we go. All right, we're here. Another day of bangers only. Everybody going to complain that these aren't bangers. Look, we have to deal with the bangers that are given to us. There is no other bangers to watch, right? The bangers will be coming later this week.
Fnatic are very clearly the underdogs, and I'm curious as to what they have planned.
Yeah, round 2 is going to be good. Round 2 is going to be good, guys.
For us today, going up the Titans of Gen.G.
Yeah, well, let's jump into our Champ Select powered by Omen and HyperX. Already, we do have the majority of the bands coming through. The Zac, probably the most curious one here by Gen.G.
Early priority on the Cassante. Because you imagine with...
Okay, let's get right into it. So, remember that the LeBlanc was super good for Humanoid. Razork also loves him some Wally Bear right now. They're going to ban Vi. Bit interesting. Oriana, Zac, of course, Zac for Oscarinin. It was, T1 that was playing Zac in the LCK finals. You know, Cassante, I think Keen is the best Cassante player in the world. So, wouldn't surprise me. They are probably just going to take Kalista here. So, Nautilus has been banned. Senna's been banned. Senna ban against Pays is a little bit interesting. He's played it, but he's not super good at it. And they're taking away the Lucian because nobody in the West can play Lucian, including Noah. I guess Masu kind of played it pretty well at this tournament, but you get what I mean. Too dangerous. But that does leave up Varus. We don't have an Ashe ban. We don't have a Kalista ban. So now we have to worry about Kalista Renata. Right? It's probably the biggest concern. Probably the biggest concern. But if you play Varus Ashe and you're on the side of Fnatic, you're probably feeling pretty good.
100% going to be picked here is that Kalista, kind of a no-brainer, even though Pays isn't necessarily the guy you think of first. He has actually been able to play this aggressive lane depending on Lahens' matchup. Lahens has already been freestyling a little bit with support. We saw the Annie, and I love the Nautilus.
So Varus Ashe is going to come through. So this discourages, like, now you have to potentially lane swap. Like, this feels pretty bad, especially if you wanted to go Renata, because you're just going to lose the double Hail of Blades lanes. We could go support Rumble. That would be interesting. Kalista support Rumble would be able to hang with the Varus and Ashe. You probably need to sweep out wards in the bot side early. Yep. All right. That's fine.
If Rumble gets his hands on an Ashe in the early levels, the Ashe just kind of dies.
Yeah, so basically you're looking to kind of get brush control early so they can't Hail of Blades proc you in the brushes, and you can hide the Rumble in the brush, and he just is annoying and shoots harpoons out. And then you can all in at level 3. They're going to take Sejuani too. Technically, guys, these are both flexes. This is an interesting draft for Gen.G because it's going to throw Fnatic's coaches for a loop here. Because we have seen, like, Kalista Sejuani lanes by T1. So it's, you look at this and you're like, this could be Rumble top. Keen is an excellent Rumble player. And this could be Kalista Sejuani, or it could be Canyon Sejuani jungle. Now, probably it's Lahens on Rumble and Canyon on Sejuani because Sejuani's been one of his big picks this year. But you can't, and they haven't, to my recollection off the top of my head, Gen.G has not played Sejuani support. It's been the T1 thing, but you still have to respect it. They're taking away LeBlanc here. They're taking away Hui. But Chovy's Ahri is still up. Aurelion Sol is still up. Azir is still up. Like, Chovy doesn't give a shit. I actually think this is pretty bad bans, now that I look at it, by Fnatic. Like, I don't think this actually does anything to Chovy because Chovy's priority is definitely Azir. Chovy's prio is Azir, for sure.
This suggests Fnatic's trying to push Chovy more towards
Taking away
like
aggressive
he
jungles. Take away Volibear, probably. Oh, they could take away Lee Sin. Okay.
Or instead, are they interested in something a little bit more early game focused? You can see them hovering through a number of options.
Poppy into Kalista, always good. Razork's a very good Poppy player. Whoa, they're opting into Wukong. That is surprising to me.
For the Gen.G bot lane, which again, I expect it to be the Rumble and Kalista, but we'll see what direction.
I know game score, yes.
The final 2 picks here.
As far as I'm aware, as far as my memory, assuming it's correct, this is his first Wukong game of the year for Razor. Like, this is not a
Wukong
champion.
hasn't necessarily been top of the meta.
No,
All right, so we're just going to play Corki.
You typically associate with him. Very excited to see him.
Chovy has had some excellent Corki games. He's very good in lane on Corki. He's very good in lane on everything, obviously, but his Corki was pretty exceptional in lane during the LCK finals. And we're just going to blind Cassante. Okay.
The confidence we
All right, Oscarden's back on the Camille. He had a good Camille game. He had a good Camille game versus Top Esports.
From Fnatic. This type of composition is uncharacteristic for them. Carries across the board.
This comp, though, from Fnatic seems really difficult to play. Like, the Camille is not a natural fit. With the rest of this composition, like, you're looking at incredibly hard engage. Ash Arrow, Varus, ult, Wukong ult. You would have expected more of a traditional top lane tank, like Ornn, I don't know, I guess on the top side with this particular composition. Because you're going to have to go on hit Varus into the tank line here. So you need to buy time for Varus to actually get autos down. And, running a 1-3-1 or a 1-4 split with the Camille is kind of hard to do. Because you just don't have the beef. Because Wukong's going to build Sundered Sky. And yeah, you can split with Talia, but Talia will probably lose side lane eventually to Corki, I would think. So, I don't know. I don't really know what Fnatic's comp is trying to do. Whereas Gen.G, they have a much more traditional front-to-back team fighting comp. And, not only is the Rumble very good in lane versus Ashe Varus, but I mean, the amount of damage you can put on the low mobility backline later on with Equalizer. I mean, the poke from Equalizer and Rockets is going to be huge. They don't really have any tankiness. Like, I don't think Fnatic can actually contest objectives. I don't like this Camille. I don't like the Camille Wukong combo. Like, I actually would prefer Poppy here. Because I think Poppy plays well into Kalista, and you can carve up the enemy team with Talia walls to force like mini skirmishes, and you can get rid of players with Poppy ult, and you can lock somebody down with Camille ult and focus them. I prefer Poppy here for Fnatic, or a different top. This draft feels like they're trying to do too many different things at once. But if you fight Baron, like, you basically have to play for picks. With this composition, it becomes a pick comp, but Wukong's not ideal as part of a pick comp.
Potentially for Chovy as well. Gen.G, their bot lane is going to be tested, and coming into today's series...
The thing is, Poppy, I think, is better because between Talia wall, Camille ult, and Poppy ults, you would always be playing like man up, basically, because you can isolate people or eject them from the fight. Whereas, that way it's more of a pick composition. Whereas, you can play Wukong as part of a pick composition, but he's like way weaker early than Poppy and doesn't have the same pressure in the bot side. So, I don't know. I feel like Fnatic's comp is just a bit weird.
Or Chovy's Corki in lane in particular is something that not even things like Faker's Orianna could deal with in that game 5. So that definitely still has
Sounds like monkey business, Monty. I don't buy it.
Deal with the amount of backline dive that's there.
Monty, have you ever made /ate Japanese curry? Of course I have. It's fine. It's not my favorite curry, but it's good.
Trying out anything new here in game number 1. We'll see what they're going to be able to get done here as we get onto the rift for game number 1. If this best of
you got to get it with that Donkatsu, you know what I mean?
Second, Gen.G taking on into game that's being thrown the jungle.
Man, I hate the colors for this tournament. Dude, the blue and yellow with the red is just so barf.
Outside, I guess, of the monkey in the works that's being thrown into the jungle.
Ugh. Oh, God. Whoever did this graphics package.
I'm excited because this is what I wanted to see from Fnatic. When you think about the traditional standard macro high-level pro game, you're always going to give that
So ugly.
to Gen.G. They are considered one of, if not the smartest
Japanese
team
curry
in
is
the
not
world.
spicy.
Their
Not
lane time was
generally. I mean, it can be
5 minutes,
spicy, but
incredibly difficult to manage.
it usually is
And I
not.
think that Fnatic trying to match them in that style, trying to just go into
What's
the
my
team fighting
favorite curry? Probably
was
Thai
never gonna be
curries.
their approach, and that's not what they've done. Side lanes, looking to find 2v2s, looking to attack you in
Ruby the Cherry, thank you for your tier 1 sub. That's very nice of you.
1v1s. Or 1v2s or 1v3s and trying to catch on the map, trying to pressure this bot side.
Where do I rank Indian curry? I think Indian curry is very good.
Skirmishing and catering to the style that they found
I love
successful
some
this year, which
lamb
is
vindaloo.
getting into the mud and getting down and dirty.
It really does kind of counteract what Gen.G is.
But Thai curry is
necessarily known
superior.
for. They can
Thai
certainly
food,
skirmish, but
Thai
not
food
so
owns
good
Indian
for it,
food.
As Lehens has found himself a Camille. See whether he's going to find some harpoons in anybody else, but as we know, there is
Thai food has
else
better
in the
curry
area,
and better
his
everything
opponent
else.
is just going to be heading towards the bottom side of the map as the lane swap has been found out, and Gen.G
Indian people in
once
shambles.
instigated here. Not surprising given the lane matchups.
To see there as well, Oscar actually was waiting, leveling. His E did actually end up going it here. So it does have a lot of threat, but because there's an award, not going to find anything as of right now. In terms of summoners,
We are just going to lane swap early. I think this is another Lucian Nami scenario where you just want to hit 3, because that's when you can crazy all in with the Rumble and the overheat, and he just assassinates like the Ashe. So
Oscar now also heading towards the bottom half of the map, whereas Keen is still just shadowing Canyon.
okay, so they're gonna try. This was a weak side jungle start by Gen.G into a 3 versus 2 because Wukong isn't there, so there's not really a way that they can stop Keen from getting XP. Kane is trying to get out of XP range while still covering the dive, and this means that we're going to see Oscar and okay, so this is really interesting, guys. This is really interesting. This is a different version. I know we're just going to get in the weeds, and you guys are going to be like, Monty, this is so boring. I hate lane swaps. This is a second wave crash on both sides. So remember, I told you that you can get level 3 when we started this lane swap shenanigans. I said you can get level 3 by doing a jungle follow because the top lane helps you get clear, helps the jungler clear. So you can catch second wave crash if you do a jungle follow. And that's what we're seeing right here, is that Keen is catching the second wave crash. You can see the timer right here. This is third wave. This is third wave. So this is the cannon wave. And so Keen is going to get a slight advantage because he's going to catch more of this crash. And Oscarinen is doing the right thing, which is to react by TPing topside because he sees Canyon and Keen down here. His jungler's up here. His jungler's still level 2. Razork is a little bit behind because he didn't have the additional damage from Keen. So Gen.G is actually getting a small advantage right now. They're getting more XP. They got 3 on Canyon faster.
But by pushing in this wave, Keen is going to get a lot of benefit. The fact that Canyon is also
I think he's getting more XP. I didn't actually count the minions. I guess we'll just see how it shakes out when everything ends here. So this is third wave right here. This is third wave right here. It's the cannon wave. And they're not going to dive. They're just going to try and get some plate damage down. It's hard because there's the fortification on the top lane turret. Just going to do a little pokey poke.
Casual turret shot going to be taken there by Lehens.
So you can see right now, Keen did indeed get quite a bit more experience off of this.
Lehens' move does very much like to be a little bit aggressive, and it looks like
yes, Cassante also needs less resources. That is correct.
Whereas Canyon did take a bit of a timeout to make sure that Keen was going to be okay.
I do think that's one of the things that if we had gone for the Poppy, then it completely changes how you can play these early lanes, right? Then maybe you do actually try and still force something.
Jesus Christ, Chovy is too good at... Oh my god, he's too good at laning. He's too good at laning with this champion. Dude, he forced Huma's flash. Huma actually had to flash preemptively. Humanoid had to flash preemptively because if Chovy flash follows, he dies. So he has to flash. Oh my god, it's a disaster.
And is going to be teleported teleporting back.
Chovy, how are you such a fucking freak, dude?
Valkyrie in from Chovy here as Humanoid getting taken below 100 health, has to flash in the end, and is going to be teleporting back to lane without either of his summoner spells in the end.
He has to flash. If he doesn't flash and Chovy ends up flashing, he goes down. So
Yep, Chronicler's right. That's exactly what I said.
Is extreme enough, and we're talking about is the early laning phase of Chovy on this.
Oh my god. Chovy is such a fucking monster in lane on this Corki. It's so ridiculous that he can do this.
And they will be heading towards this bottom half of the map where Noah and Jun still waiting, shoving in that wave.
Have to imagine Canyon now gets drawn towards that mid lane as well. Level 6 comes through, and that's looking like prime real estate for a nice gank in mid lane. Humanoid going to have to show that respect. He was so close to getting level 4, could have made all the difference in terms of...
All right, so here we go. We're coming back in. Keen's going to go back TP top. He did get, look, he did get a slight advantage in the end. A little bit more farm on Doskeren, but he's going to catch this wave, so we should see a slight advantage. Gen.G ends up dodging this bot lane. They do trade. Oh, they didn't get a plate topside, so I guess Fnatic gets a 125 gold advantage with the plate. So there's a 100 gold difference, basically. I just followed Monty. Congratulations. That's your first step on subscribing to Monty, the ultimate goal. The journey to subscribing to Monty starts with the follow.
What, year and a half has been absolutely insane. Canyon is going to pay a visit towards the bot side of the map. They are going forward because Razork is on his way.
Yep, there is already that ghost popped by Jun. Razork's going to turn up. Not a lot of information there. The flash forward from the hands, but already...
Well, not much you can do about that. Good thing we have a Wukong, guys. Surely Wukong will help in this situation. He does not.
3 versus 2, not something that Fnatic want to mess with.
And the mistime there from Fnatic, you have to be ready as King.
Did I watch this live? No, I was asleep. This is a fresh watch. I don't know anything about these games. I don't know the drafts.
You're already starting to feel the pressure just from Gen.G's lane as a flash loss.
I'm watching to do analysis so I can say things that might be smart on my shows.
They get punished by Canyon, making the play happen that much faster than Razork is able.
From Canyon down to 50%. Going
Behind.
Let's talk about this gank.
It's really nice to
So Wukong, because of his pathing, he's pretty far away. We're going to come in here. They see Canyon on this ward. That's why we see the ghost used by Jun immediately, but he gets hit by Harpoon. So they're trying to pursue him to just like push him off because they know Razork is coming, but Wukong is poop at 4. And we just flat. This is what I was talking about. This is the level 3, guys. This is the level 3 all in. Gen.G is so good at playing these early games. It is bonkers how good their macro and decision making is in these early games, guys. It is bonkers. Go watch game 1 of the finals with T1. Like the first 20 minutes is some of the most beautiful macro you will ever see. So they lane swap. As I said, here's the danger where you level 3 all in on Ashe with the Rumble. So watch this. Lehens has to wait for his heat to go down. Look at the perfection of this timing. So he has his scrap shield up right now. Q in onto Varus. Flash in. And he has Flame Spitter, which pushes him over the edge, which gets him into overheat. He actually doesn't auto, but he would do a bazillion damage, obviously, if he autoed. Now he's not overheated, so he can just dissuade the counter gank. They saw Canyon, but they thought maybe Razork would be there in time. This is a mistiming by Fnatic. So the reason why they're trying to play aggressively is they know they lose the all-in here. So maybe if Razork gets there, I don't think this is that bad by Fnatic, because you're dead no matter what. So you might as well turn around. Like right here, where this goes wrong is when he gets hit by the Electro Harpoon. Right? So they're trying to push him off. But I don't think you get out of this. I think somebody is 100%. I think Noah's like 100% dead here. Razork just a little bit late. Oh my god, he forced the flash. Keen too good.
Gonna have to flash his way out of there, and Gen.G picking up these incremental In the mist time, I think they should be able to get out. Man advantage, 3 versus 2, not something that Fnatic want to mess with.
Why would they step further forward? Because they can't get out. I don't think they can get out. After the Ashe gets hit by the Harpoon, I don't think they can get out. Maybe I'm wrong. All right, Oscar used hook shot. He actually gets pulled out of his hook shot by Q3. And then channeled into W. Wow, it's really well played by Keen. That was really... Keen is too fucking good at Cassante, guys. He's too good. I don't know if they could have traded 1-for-1. If they all in there, they probably all die. Guys, if they all in this bot lane, they all die. That Rumble is so dangerous at level 3.
Lost in top. Fnatic thought that they could fight in bot lane, but they get punished by Canyon, making the play happen that much faster than Razzle.
They were thinking that Wukong was going to get there, guys. The timing was slightly off. But I think if they take that 3v3, they just giga lose. So it's probably good that the Wukong wasn't there, honestly. I think they get absolutely clapped if they take that 3v3.
Gap very easily. Canyon didn't even have to invest his own summoner because of how far Noah and June were up, and I think they could have just backed out of that. Like pre-6, I don't think you even want to take the 3v3. Like you're sitting with a Wukong, first the amount of burst that you have, which specifically at Sejuani Rumble.
Some more value here from Chovy as he finds a combo onto Humanoid, but Humanoid's able to offer a fair bit back as well, throwing those rocks onto the ground. The thing that really does work out in Gen.G's favor also is the fact that Lehens now gets himself that little bit of acceleration. Rumble, we know, is so deadly in these early levels. It's why he was so happy to go for that flash play immediately.
Chovy's a fucking freak, by the way. It's ridiculous how much pressure he exerts. Wukong is so useful. I hate this Wukong pick, guys. I hate this Wukong pick with this comp so much.
Have to contend with 3 members of Gen.G in this area if he wants to contest, which he's not going to, intelligent.
I mean, just great play overall from Gen.G. They utilize the pressure that they have in mid to, as Keen resets onto the map with Lehens also covering, they're able to secure the first rotation of Grubs. It's going to be challenging.
They can't do anything either because Humanoid has no flash, so it's just mid-pressure city for Chovy.
So it seems like they're doing
they need Volibear or something. No, Volibear or Poppy would be fine here.
When it comes to Fnatic's early game, because they largely do.
They need something where they can actually fight in the early game. I don't know why they didn't pick Volibear or Poppy. Both of are super good champs for Razork. The Wukong pick is super weird. The Wukong pick is just super weird because you have the Camille top.
But because of that early flash force, Humanoid has to play so much more respectful already.
Maybe the Ornn Cassante matchup is just garbage, and I don't know it. What do you guys think? I don't know anything about that matchup. Is it just bad?
Not quite up and available. There he is. He finds the ulti. The Valkyrie forward, and it's all too easy.
It's free. Dude, it's so free. It's so this is such a good gank by Canyon. Oh my god. And look at this. He used his E, so Chovy can just W in for free and bop him. Oh my god.
Turning around a little bit early, has to go back to make sure that he locks down the second kill for Gen.G.
I mean, we talked about it. The moment that Humanoid's flash was burned,
Wukong not meta these days. He is occasionally played.
2 kills in favor of Gen.G. They have a 1K gold lead already.
But it's not like last year where he was crazy, or a couple years ago where he was crazy powerful.
We do see here towards the top side. Oscar in.
No more Divine Sunderer hurts him. And he got nerfed. Gen.G did not look clean in this series at all. Well, they're looking pretty fucking clean right now, dude. I don't even know how you could want a cleaner early game than what's happened. Okay, just give up the Drake. You don't need it.
It is so oppressive because usually they don't really start building largely until they get to the mid games. Canyon.
Hey, goes in once again. Good seismic shove here from Humanoid.
Still a little tap onto him.
Get permafrosted, but not going to be too worried about it. And this Drake should go over to Fnatic with that bot lane priority. They did manage to grab it themselves. So, a neutral objective on the bottom side going the LEC's way. Definitely a good start as Arrow is going to be fired from base. I remember this one from Season 1. And it's not going to land onto Chovy, but it was relatively close. I like it.
Close.
He was just missing the teleport. That's what you used to have to do. Yeah, after you built your Thornmail, of course.
Nerves of steel there from Chovy. He always finds himself just a slight level up I mean, we saw it in the early exchange where Humanoid was forced back, but every single time we move towards mid lane, there's always that experience differential, and obviously thanks to the kill, he's now ballooned it even more, holding almost a full level over Humanoid.
I think he has like some forbidden tech where he finds minions on the map that shouldn't actually exist.
That's the kill. I mean, we saw it in the early exchange where Humanoid was forced back, but
Top esports didn't play cleanly against TL. Yeah, that's what I showed yesterday. They were doing some whack-ass shit with teleports that was pretty bad. Like, people do not listen to people on social media or Reddit. Guys, they have no tools to evaluate games. They actually suck at evaluating pro play. Top esports look good, and I do think that they would not have done some of those cocky plays against a good team. It was a little bit of happy gaming, but the amount of time they were taking objective fights when Cream like had no TP on the other side of the map was crazy. I mean, if you do that to a good team, you just lose. So.
Big thing though is that some of the gold lead that is there for Gen.G is currently,
But I don't think they do that against a good team, but you never know.
Does have a lot more effective range to play with, but still, I want to see how Fnatic is going to be able to isolate targets, because while I do think that, again, their backline dive is incredible, they have a really, really high amount of damage, just killing, say, Pays isn't really going to be enough, especially with Lahens or so on the Rumble, level 6 now available.
Okay, we're going to play around grubs here. Chovy has no mana. Chovy can get packaged.
When we get to maybe a fight, possibly around the second round of
Chovy has TP.
Very polite way of saying it's not looking good for Fnatic right now.
I'm always polite, buddy. Come on, you gotta look at the bright side of things.
It's very true. It's not looking great.
Okay.
Corruption here towards bottom side is going to be answered with a Fate's Call that already Lahens.
That was a terrible Kalista ult.
Just thrown out to stop them from
What the fuck, dude?
going too far forward, but Pays is the one flashing away. Harpoon going to connect, second one going to land there as well. There's the flash.
Oh, dude, don't boo! Boo this man! Boo this man, Noah. Dude, he uses flash for this?
Flashing away. Harpoon going to connect, second one going to land there as well.
There's no way that kills.
The flash forward from Noah, but not quite enough damage.
Boo!
Will be able to make the great escape. Humanoid comes down. Lance trying to burn him, but it's not going to work. Seismic shot lands. It's a double kill for the Talia.
It's a good Talia ult.
And now Chovy will punish him, but he gives him the thumbs up. Thumbs up. He'll take that trade.
Well, they get grubs for it.
From Fnatic. Started by the bot lane of Noah and Jern. They're able to punch
him, but he gives him the comes down. Lance trying to burn him, but it's not going to land there as well. There's the flash forward from Noah, but not quite enough.
Well, it turned out to be a genius flash, guys, because Pays got low enough to die to Humanoid's ult. So I was wrong in the end. It was a good play. It was actually a genius play.
Very nice aggression from Fnatic. Started by the bot lane of Noah and Jern. They're able to
although I don't know what the fuck Gen.G is doing. Dude, this is so bad. Pays.
There's a chance of corruption here towards bottom side.
Like, Lahens, why are you chucking yourself into... Like, I know you see that delicious double knockup, but... Holy shit, it's so terrible. It's so terrible. I also don't love Jun's arrow right there, but whatever, it's fine.
Just thrown out to stop them from going too far forward, but Pays is the one flashing away. Harpoon going to connect, second one going to land there is going to be answered with a Fate's Call that already Lahens down.
Dude, this is such a comedy of errors by Gen.G. Holy shit, this is so bad. So they get caught out. Just trade ult for ult. You know what I mean? The happy gaming here, the disrespect is real. That is such a terrible equalizer. Holy moly. Lahens trolled that. Look, he hits overheat way too late. Noah trolls his flash. It's a good play by Humanoid though. It's a good play by Humanoid. But here's the thing, guys. Was that actually that bad? Like, you trade 2 for 1. You get kills onto the Corki. Corki picks up this wave. They have nothing now. I mean, sure, you have nothing, but Ash Varus is going to be super vulnerable to all-ins. Right? You get 6 grubs for fucking free. You're pushed in top. This actually isn't bad for Gen.G. This actually is not bad for Gen.G. This is actually trading up for Gen.G because you get all this juicy wave too.
Started by the bot lane of Noah and Gen, they're able to punish FaZe and Lahens for their aggression, thinking that with the Rumble ultimate they would actually have enough damage, but in the extended trade, the Ash Varus ends up coming out on top. Nice roam.
His 3 stacks fell off right as the arrow connected. He doesn't have 3 stacks. He has. Yeah, it does look like. But FaZe still wouldn't have died, guys. He wouldn't have died. He wouldn't have died. It's still a bad play. I mean, look how much HP. FaZe has 534 HP. He doesn't die. He has steel caps. He's not dying to that. No shot. No shot. He never dies. Ever. That's just a bad play by Noah. And yes, he only had 2 stacks also.
Started by the bot lane of Noah and Gen, they're able to punish FaZe and Lahens for their aggression, thinking that with the Rumble.
Dude, Chovy just casually up 30 CS too. Very cool. Very cool mid laner. Steal what? They're called tabby, sir. Dodge percent chance. Never forget.
Good response from Chovy as Canyon sets his eyes on top.
Yeah, Kane still tanking up the turret here, so not exactly an optimal play, but Canyon's gone.
Well, now they have Void Mites, so they just get to turn on this for free. Canyon just hits all those prisons. Oscarinen dies. Nice tanking. Oh, he doesn't die. He gets out. Doesn't matter, though. He gets plates.
Camille is so insanely slippery with Flash, with ultimate. You can dodge so much damage, and even with Canyon hitting the Glacial Prison at the beginning there isn't quite enough to actually get the kill.
I hate this Wukong pick so much.
In exchange, exactly. We've got Jun making his way down, looking for that angle. Not going to quite throw it just yet, as this turret is not long for the world.
Yeah, that's the big thing. The gang, even though they don't get Oscarinen, still super.
So they're pushing this back. They're intentionally not taking the turret to get the pushback into, to sack the wave into the tower and to get the pushback into the lane. Although this might be a freeze. Oh god, this is so terrible, guys.
Once you saw FaZe with the ultimate, you think this is a great turnaround, but a good Ashe ultimate from Jun gets Lahens incredibly low, and then the extended trade means that Fnatic can start the chase down. We're back to life.
Lahens, what are we doing there? Cyclone's going to come on through, and
Okay, Lahens is committing suicide. Don't worry about it.
A little bit of an update on the tape, like what was he there for? Still a great move here from Fnatic.
Yeah, not the first time we've seen that from Lahens. Him and FaZe have been definitely the weak spot on Gen.G, and I gotta credit Fnatic for actually having both the outplay in the 2v2 and then Razor.
So now basically Keen, so what Keen did, guys, was he can take this turret at any time, especially because they have the 6 Void Grub. So what he did was he wasted the lane, the minions into the turret to get the bounce back. And now because he knows Oscarinen has no flash, he's just fucking king of this lane, dude. Oscarinen can't do shit. So Keen played this really well. You just keep it on the keep the turret on a thread right there. So basically you zone Oscarinen off and get advantages. Now I can freeze it. Oh god, it's so gross. Ah, poor Camille.
We might be able to we might be able to send him a little bit of a message after this game, see whether we can get an update on Lahens'.
I don't think he's gonna be.
I imagine.
Like, is the narrative that Gen.G played bad, or is just Lahens and FaZe are stupid? Because, like, honestly, guys, Keen and Canyon and Chovy are fucking great this game.
Score in the LCK. Wow. The end of last season.
Compared to top Rumbles too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Impressive stuff.
And Huni doesn't pull any punches, I think, when it comes to
I'm very aware.
He really doesn't. There are some Swifty boots as well, so it's doomed. Noah's going to take a lot of damage from Chovy, and this is where I think the problem still lies, right? Because this bottom lane from Gen.G, I don't think that's going to be the focal point in this game. I think there's a certain certain guy in a plane.
He doesn't know, chat. I don't know.
Going to be the problem.
I can only comment on what I'm seeing right now, which is like a really solid early game. Okay, we have no package, because remember, package was picked up earlier at the second grub spawn.
Yeah, Weaver's wall is going to come on through. That is the Drake secured. It's now Chovy looking for some rockets, but Humanoid
All right.
threads some volleys through. Good seismic shove to play defensively here as it's a hex tech.
Keen takes top turrets.
That's pretty high octane. Still 2,000 gold to lead for Gen.G, but these dragons are stacking.
Really, really good wall there from Humanoid. Actually blocking off Gen.G unless they really want to invest heavily in terms of cooldowns.
I mean, Humanoid, he put the Weaver's Wall down onto Chovy. He also used the ultimate, and he got the knockback onto Canyon. So, great highlight there, Chronicler, because Humanoid providing a lot of defense. But again, you kind of look at the map state.
I mean, Gen.G was definitely happy. I don't think they all in that bot side against a good team. Like, that was definitely some happy gaming.
To Keen being able to secure that top tower. Chovy's now moved into bot lane. He's chipping away at this tower, and even though Fnatic is showing promise, we're seeing a similar situation to what we often see in LEC versus LCK, which is that, okay, they're finding picks, they're finding kills, they're finding small objectives, but you look at the top of your screen, and somehow it's a 2.5k goal difference, and it's just through the way in which this team is playing through the map.
Oh dear, that's a flash over the wall from Lens, and I don't even think he needed Chovy there, but Chovy.
And somehow it's a 2.5k goal difference, and it's just through the way in which...
Dude, Lehens is on a mission to commit suicide this game.
Oh dear, that's a flash over
Alright, that's pretty funny, though. That's pretty funny.
2.5k goal difference, and it's just through the way in which this team is playing through the map. And
Where is Jun going? What do you think he's trying to do?
okay, they're finding picks, they're finding kills, they're finding small objectives, but you look at the top of your screen, and somehow it's a 2.5k goal difference, and it's just through the way in which this team is...
He's warding over the wall, probably. Oh, there he goes. Okay, yeah, he was warding over the wall. Rip.
I don't even think he needed Chovy there, but Chovy will very happily pick up a killing spree.
Nicely done. Gen.G find themselves another kill, and it's in Chovy's hands. The scariest person on Gen.G to be accruing all of these kills. 1.4k the goal difference between the two solo laners, both in top and mid.
Another big thing is we talk a lot about the offensive power that Fnatic's comp has, and that is still true. But the inverse, Gen.G's front line is so strong. Like Sejuani and Kasante is an incredible amount of safety, and we haven't actually seen Keen join in any single fight. In the 5v5s, that's where I really worry about.
It's just interesting to me that he doesn't hawk shot to scout first.
Onto the enemy backline from the get-go.
Whatever.
Trying to just play front to back into this Gen.G comp. In Gen.G, specifically when they have...
Alright, now we just have fucking split push Talia, I guess. While we take Herald. Seems not great. I hate this composition from Fnatic.
Because there certainly are some 5v5 options, definitely some wombo combos that they can look towards as well. Some early picks in teamfights could be the way through. As this Rift Herald going to be taken, and Canyon can feel free to put that one down whenever he would like. Already that top lane outer turret did fall down earlier on. Chovy up here to grab some red dots.
Do you think some players lack practice on their champions in this meta? I don't know what that means.
The entire top side has just been in Gen.G's control pretty much from start to finish, starting with the lane swap, then just constantly
Guys,
applying that top side
but a lot of these teams have been boot camping or practicing for like a month for this event.
In Gen.G in general, but specifically when they have this type of double frontline comp, is going to be really, really tough.
And Keen has been by far our best team fighting Cassante in the LCK this season as well. So very scary to go up against. See whether Fnatic can navigate it though, because there's
To be fair, Flygos was losing mid in him versus T1 at this point into the game.
Well, some early picks in teamfights could be the way through. As this Rift Herald going to be taken, and Canyon can feel free to put that one down whenever he would like. Already that top lane outer turret did fall down earlier on.
I don't hate Wukong in general. Like, I actually think Wukong can be a really good pick into low mobility AD carries. Like, for example, if Canyon was playing Wukong this game, I would think it was pretty cool. Because obviously super good into the Varus Ashe later. But, you know, that's where we've seen a lot of the Wukongs, like Kanavi. It's just garbage in this comp.
Even in dire situations, put the team on his back and have strong performances. But I don't think he's going to need to do that with Canyon and Keen by his side in this game.
And it does feel like the Corki for Gen.G is often their cheat code for that.
Oh yeah.
Because it's just the amount of mid to late game power the Corki has by himself in navigating setups around these objectives. something that Chovy has been very, very good at. We haven't even necessarily seen a big package play just yet, which might be coming up in a minute and a half as this Drake is going to be making its way under the rift.
And this is going to be a breaking point, because we're going to get to the point in the game where if you end up going down in, like, say, a 3 or 4 for 1-2, you're going to lose a lot of objectives. As the Herald does get dropped down, Gen.G looking for more map control by taking down his mid lane turret.
Yeah, no one's going to be riding it this time around. We've had some Herald mishaps in the LCKs. Weaver's Wall does come on through.
All right, well, you know, maybe, you know, I'm not a doctor, guys, but maybe we actually put the Weaver's Wall up first so that the Herald can't charge the turret. Maybe.
Yeah, no one's going to be riding it this time around. We've had some Herald mishaps in the LCKs. Weaver's Wall.
Nope, we're just gonna take the turret damage for no fucking reason.
She will be taken down. So no breaking of the mid outer turret just yet, but Gen.G with control of the river.
Exactly, Atlas. That's what they were mainly aiming for. They've done damage to that mid tower, and it's basically just a hair's breadth away from.
The thing is, too, is that by using... That's actually, like, the worst way to use the Weaver's Wall. Because I don't think you have it up now. I don't think you have it up for this Drake. Like, you both didn't... You both took the damage. I don't think they were going to siege. Like, Kallista's not that good at sieging. I don't think they can actually kill this. So you use the Weaver's Wall, took the turret damage, and now probably don't have Talia ult up for your soul point. This could be a very bad play. We'll see. Charge goes through the wall. No, it doesn't.
Looking for that backline access, and those deep wards are going to be crucial to that, with which Gen.G is completely denying. Now, Humanoid in some danger.
Once again, a Valkyrie forward as the arrow is going to connect onto Chovy. They're now trying to turn it around. Canyon here, but maybe he's a bit too late. As Chovy holding onto the flash, and he decides he's not going to use it. Now Razor with the cyclone.
Only well mounted it blocks. All right, fair enough.
Noah is just going to be jumped on by
Interesting.
says, thank you very much, and picks up the kill.
I'd have to look at that again. Hold on, I'm going to look that up, because I've definitely seen it be blocked a bunch of times. Hold up. The thing is you can also block it from getting in range of the tower too. That's the thing, is like, remember the Herald actually has to get in range of the tower. Fuck, dude. So you can stop it from starting the charge as well. Didn't Faker block it with Talia during playoffs? Yeah, dude, I've seen it. You guys, I've seen it a bunch. You can't gaslight me. I guess maybe I will accept that it's possible that it only works when somebody's writing it. Faker tried to stop the charge at the mid lane turret, but his ulti was too close to the turret and Herald got in range. Well, I guess we're not going to solve this mystery right now.
Point is available for Fnatic. Gen.G just not expecting this many.
I was watching him on a stream and that was his explanation. Okay, I mean, I don't know. Honestly. I don't know. You can so here are the things you can do. So first off, I've seen it I've seen it the wall block. I don't know if it's only when somebody's in the Herald or not, because that's a new change for this year. You can definitely delay the Herald from getting in range of the turret as well.
What Chovy saw, which is this is a free kill.
Yeah.
Humanoid sitting isolated in a side lane, but he didn't respect the Ash Arrow from
Like you have to.
now. Talked about
Anyway, enough about that. Who knows? Regardless, here's the point, guys. Regardless, using the wall here is probably not good.
Does come on through, but it's only Shelly that is going to bear the brunt of it. She will be taken down. So no breaking of the mid-outer turret just yet, but Gen.G with control of the river.
Exactly, Atlas. That's what they were mainly aiming for. They've done damage to that mid-tower. Already talked about the dive threats, and Chronicler, you are highlighting how Fnatic is going to be looking for that backline access, and those deep wards are going to be crucial to that, with which Gen.G is completely denying. Now, Humanoid in some danger.
Once again, a Valkyrie forward as the arrow.
Nice arrow.
Onto Chovy. They're now trying to turn it around. Canyon here, but maybe he's a bit too late. As Chovy,
big old TP.
He decides he's not going to use it. Now Razor with the Cyclone. Noah is just going to be jumped on by the Sejuani, but he says thank you very much and picks up the kill.
And it's 30 seconds until the
Sejuani, but he says thank you very much with the Cyclone. Noah,
So Razork flashes over the wall to get R2 off.
thank you very much and picks up the kill.
and it's 30 seconds.
Jumped on by the Sejuani. Now Razor with the Cyclone.
Razork flashes there, guys. He flashes there to get the R2 off. Maybe wasn't necessary. But I guess we'll never know whether the Talia wall was good or not, because Gen.G decided to just play into the wrong side of the map and like make a play onto Humanoid where they got TP'd on.
I saw what Chovy saw, which is this is a free kill. Humanoid sitting isolated in a side lane, but he didn't respect.
It was a waste of flash for Razork, yes. I agree. He didn't need to flash there to get the kill.
Down onto Chovy, but overall, Fnatic with 2.
So why I said it was a bad wall, guys, is like now you actually wouldn't have wall for your soul point take. You know what I mean? So it just wasn't worth it in the end. And you absolutely, I think, need wall to take objectives with the composition that Fnatic has, because you're basically running a pick comp where you have to divide them and get a target down really quickly. So basically, if Chovy and Canyon hadn't tried to make the play onto Humanoid, then I think if they had just waited for the fucking dragon to spawn, they just win the fight. The Charles, thank you for your Twitch Prime subscription. Especially because Chovy would have package now. Chovy would have had package for this fight. And he has TP up. So I was actually just a really dumb play from Gen.G. By using the wall, they actually put themselves, Fnatic put themselves in a bad situation to secure soul point. It may not matter though, because Chovy's coming back in with package right now. And Razork just face checked the Rumble. Paze has to cleanse the Varus ult. Alrighty. Alright, they still have package. They're going to get mid turret too, maybe? Yep. Oh boy, he's able to zone off because he has... So it doesn't actually matter because Chovy actually does come back in time, but they don't have Weaver's Wall. Look, 3, 2, 1, now Weaver's Wall's up.
Even if he TP's back and Canyon can't be there instantly, you can just take control of the river and play it slow.
The biggest problem was that they used so much to...
This was a dumb play by Gen.G. This was really disrespectful.
This collapse from Chovy, again, looks...
They didn't know where Jun was. Camille has TP. Because Oscar then hook shots back, so he can't get his TP interrupted. He hook shots back into Tribrush. It's a good play by Oscar. But they should have, in my opinion, they already got the W because they got the Talia wall out on the Herald charge. So you got what you wanted, and now you can just play a straight up front to back 5v5. But it's okay. We throw and then we Fnatic gets to throw in response, guys. We throw and then we throw. Pooping back and forth forever.
The biggest downside is that Jun got...
Because then we TP into this lane. Humanoid doesn't have TP yet. The other problem is like, so here's a big question for Fnatic. This is just bad macro. Okay? This is just bad macro. You have no wall, you have no TP, and you're making a play into river. You got 4 seconds on this guy. with package. You know, he could TP on your shit, for sure. He could TP on your shit. Casante's already TP'd into the mid lane. You have no way to respond.
Fnatic with 2 picks and full control over the dragon, they're going to be happy with that.
And Lehens autos that ward, and Razork's like, yes, sir, I would like some of this smoke. It's okay, though, guys. Humanoid's doing Krugs. Don't worry about it. Humanoid didn't choose the Krug life. The Krug life chose him. It's all right. They traded 2 kills on Drake for Krugs. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
I felt like that was your jungler. And now Chovy going to grab the outer turret in mid lane as well. From bad to worse here, Fnatic in what we thought might have been their opportunity.
Because the big thing is if they use the
Here comes Corky.
Even if he TP's back and Canyon can't be there instantly.
He's got the pack. He's going to kill Humanoid. Ah.
The biggest problem was that they used so much to actually get these 2 kills. We look back at it, and this collapse from Chovy, again, looks promising, but now he has nothing to be able to dodge away from the Ash Arrow. Humanoid and Jun have good damage. The TP was committed as well. So now Fnatic are all ending on this play, and the Dragon is still 20 seconds away. So even though, look, Flash committed from Razork, ultimates used, and now Fnatic have nothing left to actually secure the Dragon, which means that when Gen.G get control of the mid and re-enter, they're able to punish.
Well, now having a look at the dust settling, it is not a massive advantage here for Gen.G as we press the 20-minute mark, as now Hextech Ultimatum down onto Keen. Flash out from Oscar Innen, though. He wants nothing.
Vine Blade by Chovy. IMO if he flashes the arrow and kills Humanoid. Yeah, probably, but the point is you don't even have to make that play. The only reason they got Drake was because then Fnatic made a mistake, whereas, like, I think you get Drake 100%. Because there is no Taliyah wall. And you can see that Fnatic knew that they weren't even really trying to contest it. Well, I mean, Humanoid wasn't.
It's been a whole lot of plates, and I think he got the first turret blood, and then I think he got another turret towards the bot side of the map, and Camille is insane if she can get her items, but if you start falling behind, that point takes so long to get to, as Noah does have Edge of Night, with some added safety, but him and Jun are very mobile, very squishy.
Double flashes available here for the Fnatic bottom lane, so maybe not a kill opportunity for Gen.G. Wanting to get a few of those summoner spells if they can. Not wanting to dive this inner turret, as we can see in Canyon, going to be spotted out by the Hawkshot. Heads up play there from Jun. Gen.G just back to clearing out this mid wave. Baron up on the map. It's another thing that we're going to have to keep our eyes on, and the next team fight might really be a big turning point in this game. You know what? Clears up that wave as well. Still has absolute parity alongside Pays here as both of these lethality 80 carries looking to try and get that poke damage done as this game goes on.
I'm really interested in how these fights actually play out, because you mentioned it earlier, but the goal difference isn't that dramatic. We look at the bottom of our screens, we can see very similar itemization, really only Oscar who needs to secure that Ravenous Hydra, but once he gets it, Fnatic have ways to win fights. They've got the backline threats, they can lock down Chovy, and if you can get rid of Chovy, Pays going for this lethality build, like, is effective against squishies, but I feel like Fnatic have ways in which they can win the fight, depending on how they're able to execute.
What am I eating? I'm eating steel cut oatmeal.
When we just kind of look at the minimap, it is a very Gen.G favored map. They are suffocating the vision out from Fnatic, and they're very reliant on Jun, looking for picks and relying on his arrows to get information. But I think
Ward giving a lot of information, actually.
If Fnatic can find the angle, I believe that there are ways in which they can win fights. It's a question of whether Gen.G will even give it to them.
I do like the non-committal CC. You know, the fact that Jun is just throwing out these arrows just to see whether one of them sticks. It's exactly
well, Atlas has been watching my stream, guys.
Opportunistic picks for this composition.
Because I'm the only one who uses the term non-committal CC.
Even the Camille gets so much more powerful.
Or non-committal engage.
And Oscar, I think, will be a big win condition as this game goes on. I don't know whether anyone's matching a Camille in a side lane if this game goes the distance.
That's pure Monty. That's pure Monty team comp language right there.
As Humanoid throws down the rocks onto Keen, or at least I think he did. Keen does eventually take some damage as the big rock does come on down, absorbs the CC there. Being able to walk this one off. Canyon pretty tanky himself, and Humanoid still looking for even more. Threaded volley after threaded volley being thrown into the back of the head of this Cassante. He's now looking for a reset.
I didn't love the wall from Humanoid just because
Tanky and keen, or at least if this game goes the distance.
also the
Problem is, I think it's really hard. I don't really like this wall because you actually wall off Jun and Razork, and you're dealing with the two super tanky members. Also, Noah has built lethality. How do you ever kill Cassante? Like, you have Leandries, sure, but it's going to be really hard to kill Cassante and Sejuani in the late game. Really hard. Without on-hit Varus.
Still looking for even more. Threaded volley after threaded volley being thrown into the back of the head of this Cassante. He's now looking for a reset.
I didn't love the wall from Humanoid just because he ended up cutting his own teammates off as well.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
Gen.G, but they are able to use that play to gain control over the bot river. The thing that Gen.G should be thinking about is taking
why are we using wall with like 30 seconds? This just feels so desperate from Fnatic. You know what I mean? Like, why are we using wall with 30 seconds until Drake again? Sure, if you get a kill there, but you're just so unlikely to kill the Cassante with you know, they had all their sums up. So you don't get any sums because you don't have any damage to kill the tanks. You isolate the tanks, but you can't pick the tanks with the comp that you have. Feels super weird. Now we just lose the game. Jesus Christ, Keen is good at Cassante. He's so fast at these combos.
I think that would be a scary thing for them to have.
What? Look at that equalizer. Oh my god, dude, the equalizer into Sedge ults. Keen on the flank, gets into the backline onto Jun. He eats the Camille ult, which is great. Manages to get Noah an all out. Follows up on Razork. Holy schmoly.
As it turns out, all Gen.G needed was Keen to just be there. Gets on top of the enemy backline.
Wanders in casually from the side.
Got the cancel. I think Noah flashed after Keen had already used his ultimate, so he actually got pulled back as well. But right from the get-go, the amount of burst that came through, I think it was from Lahens. And the cancel. I think Noah flashed after Keen had already used his. They have a nice setup for
Why does this fight even start?
Could just choose to concede it and exchange it for a Baron. And with their
Wait, Razork is trying to clear a fucking pink ward next to the turret? Who cares? Who cares?
Be a scary thing for them to have.
Keen's on a pretty nice flank angle here. The equalizer's brilliant as well, and he finds two with the shove forward. Canyon's gonna take down Jun to start this one off, and Humanoid is just thrown into the.
It's actually so troll. This Wukong is so shit. 25 gold though. He didn't get the ward. He didn't get the ward. They can't teamfight, guys. I told you at the start of this game they can't teamfight with this composition. This is why the comp is weird. Because the Wukong is part of a backline dive or an engage in a 5 versus 5 teamfighting comp, but the rest of their comp wants to split push or create picks. Oh my god. Razork, why are you going after the... What is so sexy about that ward? Dude, he was so horny for that ward.
Play that traditional front to back. The Baron is available. Razork gonna look for a steal. So he just ends up flashed after Keenan.
Dude, it's like Team Liquid yesterday that lost the game for the pink ward. Lost the game for the pink ward right here. I guess we're just going to start a new like TikTok series about how to lose games for wards. Hey guys, do you want to see how professional teams lose games to wards? Well, here we go. It's not what you think. It's not about vision. It's about trying to kill the ward that loses Fnatic game 1 against Gen.G. So here we go. Gen.G is going to go ahead and clear out the mid wave, right? Clear out the mid wave. Actually, I'm going to go back.
I do like the knockback out whether anyone's matching a Throws down the rock, tanky himself, and Humanoid still looking for even more. Threaded volley up.
All right, so here we go. We see a sweeping lens go down, so Gen.G can clear out this ward in the mid lane. We've got Drake coming up in 40 short seconds. And now, they place another ward. Fnatic places another ward here. They do not, Gen.G does not have sweeping lens anymore, so they put a pink ward down so that they can push mid without getting poked. Right? They don't want Fnatic to know what they're doing, or to be able to poke them from long range, or to see them for Ash Arrow engage. And now Razork decides that this pink ward must die. And Gen.G decides that Fnatic should lose the game, because Keen's already on the flank, and then he gets into the back line, and you remember that Talia doesn't have a combat ult and already used wall, so there's no chance for a separation, even if she had it up. And Wukong is terrible in a pick composition, so he does absolutely nothing. Gen.G goes ahead and denies Soul Point and takes an even more massive gold lead. And that, my friends, is how you lose games to wards. That pink ward killed his father and raped his mother. It's really sad, actually.
Just a really great demonstration of how to play that traditional front to back. The Baron is available. Razork gonna look for a steal.
Yeah, they do manage to get the ward over as Hex Gates are being taken. There's an arrow in there. He's in the pit. It goes down so low and it's secured by the Rend. Gen.G take down the monkey as well, and they'll secure themselves a Baron Oscar in, and he is going to be dessert here for Gen.G, as there's nothing he can do by himself. Chovy grabs another one.
This game was actually pretty well played by Gen.G, in my opinion. Outside of the Rumble Kalista incident in the bot side. Which, by the way, guys, FaZe has decided that Lehens is not dying enough. He will be thrust into the middle of the enemy team composition as many times as possible. He's going to get Lehensed. I love third item Axiom Arc Kalista. Just shove your Rumble down their throats.
Yeah, I mean, exactly right.
See, you guys may think it's to save Lehens more often. I think it's just to put him in their face.
It's a matter of desperation here. The fact that Razork gets into the pit is the scariest part for Gen.G. Oh, 125. I mean, even 34, it gets incredibly low. It's a matter of desperation here.
This is a sloppy 50-50 from Gen.G, though. This is super sloppy, because Razork gets in over the wall with W. That's a big yikes right there. That's a big yikes.
That was not a Rend secure. I did say that. It was not a Rend secure, guys. I think it does more damage than that despite the nerfs.
Just stopping by to say hi. You love my content, but you're just stopping by. Do you really love it? Gamer 542069. Doesn't sound like you love it. Sounds like you kind of like it, but aren't going to watch it.
Gen.G begin their siege onto Fnatic's base.
He is a player that has been part of some of the LCK's darkest days.
Can TL win 2 games versus Fnatic? No. Bots exist, man. Come on. I'm just joking. Thank you very much. It's very nice of you.
The 2 Hextech Drakes and the Baron. These turrets are going to fall.
Oh dear, Humanoid. He's going to be put into the prison, and Chovy finds
Chovy unnecessarily flashes. Whatever.
And that might just be it. As Razork with the Cyclone able to get over there with the decoy as well. But
they killed that monkey clone good. Did I miss TL versus CES? It was yesterday. The full stream's on my YouTube channel in the live tab. There was also an edited highlights version on my YouTube channel for you guys, so enjoy. Nice to come home and see an analytical stream at this hour. Yeah, we're on the different time zone now, so we're doing it in human hours. Okay. Well, lost the game to the pink ward. Very fun. Very fun. Wom.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Costa Desk for MSI 2024, and we are diving straight into the draft. We have the Rumble taking away the center as well. Fnatic on the blue side, and gentlemen, Dennis, especially you, I've got some hopium for you.
Do you?
Guess how many games Fnatic has lost on the blue side so far this season?
I think it's worth mentioning these conversations that On-Hit Varus runs exclusively lethal tempo. That is not true. You do see On-Hit Varus with Hail of Blades, but typically you run lethal tempo. I agree with you. But it doesn't matter because the rest of the comp sucked. It doesn't, like, that actually is such a minor problem compared to the fact that the Wukong just has no synergy with the rest of the composition, or the Camille has no synergy. I mean, you pick which one it is, but the draft was super janky. So I would say that complaint was relatively minor.
Zero!
Oh, wow.
They are unable to lose on blue side. It is impossible based on what we have seen thus far this tournament.
Atlas, this is
I end
Atlas,
my point.
Stop now, just let him end the point.
No, relentless optimism is my thing. It's not a good look on you.
No, it's relentless.
Wait.
Okay, so... Oh, no-y. Oh, no-y, we're stealing this. Is this going to be a Draven? Are they doing what should have happened yesterday instead of Jin Nami, the worst lane of all time? Del Taco Man, 87. Del Taco, underrated fast food. Thanks for the awesome, smart content, Monty and company. And Twitch chat, you guys help too. Thank you, Del Taco Man, for your subscription. So we're taking Lucian here. So surely we will take Nami Draven in response, guys, if we're taking this. Correct? And we banned Senna, we banned Rumble. No more Rumble shenanigans. Rumble's super, super dangerous for Gen.G because it can be flexed into R5. And Keen is an amazing Rumble player. No Lulu. The reason why we're banning Lulu is because Gen.G loves to play Aphelios Lulu into Lucian Nami. So, but the thing is that by banning the Lulu, we've now had... If Lulu isn't banned... I think that we play Aphelios Lulu here, and actually the Hens and Pays are very good at laning into Lucian Nami with Aphelios Lulu. And so because the Lulu's banned, they're going to take Nami Draven. So this is... Yep. This is what should have happened yesterday in the Team Liquid versus Top Esports game, but instead, now we know that Yun has 0 professional games on Draven, and so he's going to play Lulu Jin, the worst lane ever. Don't they also play Zeri Lulu? Yes, they do. But they have preferred, when teams have picked Lucian first, Gen.G has preferred to play Aphelios Lulu. It's just who they are, guys. They did it twice to T1 in the second round robin in the regular season. Do you think the lane swap meta will remain for Summer Worlds? We can hope. I love it.
This isn't guys, we had a deal. Okay. This was
so now they're going to take Lucian Milio, which was also the response of Top Esports to the Lulu being taken away. And they're going to take Xin Zhao so that they have some really strong skirmishing. So the question is, are we going to try and match the skirmishing here? We could play Poppy on Canyon. Canyon's not really a Poppy player, but he actually has had some banger Poppy games this year.
Solo lanes as well, and Milio does just fine alongside the Lucian.
Okay, we're gonna blind the Cassante.
Can be a pretty good matchup.
Even though we could flex it to R5, we're gonna ban the Zac and the Twisted Fate. So okay, we're gonna ban Sejuani and LeBlanc here. Okay, well, I mean, the Kha'Zix is back. This is what he played into Owner's Xin. Because the thing about it is it makes it very hard to duel the Kha'Zix, because Xin, who wins most duels, loses if he tries to duel Kha'Zix. And guys, the Xin ult, if he hits everybody away from him, you know, he could have some problems too. If he's by himself trying to zone out in the front line, Kha'Zix can chunk him in isolation.
I feel like this is just setting up for another Corki pick.
Potentially.
Even though when
So the problem with Gen.G is they have no primary engage right now.
It doesn't really spark joy,
it doesn't spark joy. It doesn't inspire confidence, but it would be very Gen.G to...
So it feels pretty bad. Like, what mid laner are we going to run with primary engage? That could have primary engage Talia maybe and just try and have good walls?
I actually really like...
I'm feeling Talia.
I think the only downside that you would end up with is that...
Okay, Razork. Alright, it's a top lane Poppy. Oscarinen has played this in the past, but I don't think he's played it this year. We used to see the Poppy into the Jax.
Particularly in the early laning phase.
So what is Chovy cooking up here for his pick?
Or could just be another Corki again.
Corki's bad.
I would prefer Talia, though.
Aurelion Soul's pretty bad. Okay, I don't like this from Gen.G. Alright, let's talk about this. So these comps. So Fnatic is pivoting pretty hard into a very different style of composition. They can engage here, like you have Poppy and Xin to engage, right? Follow up with Orianna, but these are pretty low engage compositions by either team. Like, it feels bad when you Tidal Wave is like your form of engage. Like, that's pretty shit. The thing is, you don't have primary engage here. So they have to play into you. And by the way, I still was not in love with the Kha'Zix pick in the finals. Yes, I know it won the game 4. Yes, I know. In the finals versus T1. I understand why you would want to play it into the Xin. But the problem with the Kha'Zix is, like, it kind of relies on them inting. Like, Razork, you know, Owner had to be alone and, like, walk into Canyon in order for that game to be won by Gen.G. And if Razork doesn't walk into Canyon, then how do you win? Right? You're not going to 1-3-1. You don't have very good range, right? I would think Fnatic's going to try and lane swap until level 3 here because they don't want to be in the Nami Draven lane. Holy shit! Jerky's minion. Thank you for 20 community subs. Holy moly. And Asco, thank you for your Twitch Prime sub. Thank you very much, Jerky's minion. That's very kind of you. So my point here is, not having primary engage feels like it's going to be very difficult to contest objectives. And, I mean, maybe you can blow up the backline by using a Soul ult and Draven ult and just, like, pick somebody off. And if Kha'Zix gets a flank, maybe you can take somebody down. But it feels really hard to play this. And Poppy also, like, how do you control an objective, guys? You know what I mean? How do you control an objective? Poppy's just going to eject somebody from the fight. So, I don't really like either comp that much, but I do.
But yeah,
Gen.G is pretty tragic.
Even in their losses, was incredibly impactful. Specifically, though, Canyon on the Kha'Zix, for those that didn't get to watch the OCK finals, he brought it out specifically against the Xin. Considered a counter pick, just really good in the matchup once you hit that level 6, crucially, because there's nothing.
Is Poppy top viable at the moment? I mean, it's always viable, I think. Is it good? I mean, Oscarinen has played it in the past. I don't think he's played it this year. Let's take a look. Oh, he has played it. I'm wrong. What matchups did he play it into? Played it earlier this season. We played it back in March. In a best of 1 versus Fnatic. Hello? He played it into Renekton. Okay. He lost G2 esports versus Fnatic in February. Oh, he played it into Zach. Okay, that makes sense. Playing it into Zach makes total sense. And then this was his third game. Okay. It's fine. Poppy's always good at the professional level, guys. Poppy's always good because it allows you extreme objective control with Poppy ult. It's always good. Poppy's just always good in pro. By the way, you can also stop Aurelion Sol's flight with it, with your W. That's actually very important, so Aurelion Sol can't reposition. So basically, if you get on top of Aurelion Sol, he can't go over walls, which is very useful because his flight counts as a dash. Does PSG have any chance tomorrow? Hell no. Zero chance.
Definitely very different drafts coming into this game number 2. You love to see a team mix it up completely after a difficult first game, and Fnatic have done just that. Now we'll just have to see whether they can actually topple the first seed from the LCK in at least one of these games. Give us more than another 3-0, guys. That's what we want.
I mean, my concern for Fnatic is ultimately their team fighting. They've always had a problem with it all year. Their main problem with team fighting is that they have this tendency to fight 4v5. They tend not to respect where their teammates are on the map because they are a very aggressive team. So going in for more of a team fight direction against Gen.G is always going to be a scary thing to do. But I think the way you beat Gen.G is just get a big enough early leads. And the question for me is, can Fnatic pull that off? Razork on this Xin Zhao needs to make something happen between levels 1 to 5. I want to see some aggression. I want to see some threats of a dive. Maybe try and burn Chovy's flash to set it for a level 6 play. Something. I need to see something from Fnatic in the early game if they're going to go toe-to-toe against Gen.G.
And I'm excited to see whether Canyon's going to once again be playing his Q Evolve. I'm just going to go and murder this Xin Zhao over and over again playstyle that we did see. We've seen a few different takes on...
I think Gen.G is just trying really hard not to show anything
Q Evolve is often
in this series.
Solo Q Kha'Zix will take just to murder people.
Well, shout out to Kane in that he's the one that told
I think like they really just don't want to show anything, Gen.G, so they're trying to just play stuff they've already played before.
Otherwise, your jungle can be very unfortunate.
Because I don't like this comp. I don't think this comp makes any sense from Gen.G.
Individuals have their own perspective.
Do you think Humanoid has played decent versus Chovy so far? In game 1, he got absolutely clapped.
First and Conqueror hasn't been in the game for a long time.
Thank goodness. I hated Bruiser Kha'Zix so much.
I thought it was.
I mean, if you're a real OG, you'll remember Alex Dish's Kha'Zix.
I know. Or you'll remember Ambition's Kha'Zix mid.
Hell yeah.
When he evolved just in lane. One big thing though with the Kha'Zix, and we saw that Gen.G was able to do that consistently, and it's a big task for Chovy in this game as well, is a lot of what Kha'Zix can do, be evade particularly post 6, are going to be relying on Chovy having mid lane prio. And his ASOL, similar really to his Corki, this game is one lane.
Dude, Chovy is actually just look at Chovy play this lane, by the way, guys. We're just going to watch the beauty of Chovy for a second.
And Conqueror hasn't been in the game for a
because he's actually just denying CS.
I hated Bruiser Kha'Zix so much.
I thought it was.
I mean, if you're a real OG, you'll remember.
I mean, he gets that one. Humanoid gets that one, but he's just like constantly zoned out. Forces him to miss that caster minion.
One big thing though with the Kha'Zix, and we saw that Gen.G was able to do that consistently,
and gets it into the turret.
This game as well.
So you can see he's up 4 CS right here, and then he shoves it into turret. So we'll see how well Humanoid actually CS's. But I think he's gonna, yeah, he's down 3 CS basically, 2 CS, only 2. I guess it's not so bad, but he's pushed in.
Because in the LCK we saw it from players like Bulldog, and it felt like ASOL, where obviously he skills really well, but in the early game he just didn't do a whole lot. Chovy though, his laning is so oppressive that we see him at prio a lot, which might keep Razork on the back foot and buy space for Canyon.
The only good news, and I admit that this isn't a perfect comparison, but in Europe we do have Caps, and he's probably the most aggressive Aurelion Sol player.
So it's interesting that we ended up actually in the 2v2 in this game. I'm surprised that Lucian didn't try and swap off. Poppy doing a really good job winning this lane early versus Keen, though. Keen is going to be farming a lot under turret, however.
So we'll see. So far the laning phase isn't going too badly. We'll see how things transition as both junglers largely just doing a full clear. ward dropped on Raptors. Razork has been able to navigate his way around that vision to avoid giving information. But overall, things pretty even across the board in the early laning phase.
Good to see this from Oscar. This is exactly the early levels you really want to play aggressive.
The incremental advantages from Chovy are so crazy.
This is what Razork wants to do. An level 3.
He's actually up 4 CS now. He's doubled his lead, guys. Uh-oh.
Spot him out. He does try to fly away, and it is going to work out. We don't have a knock-up primed or anything like that from this.
Yeah, I didn't have the Q ready to go, so there's no actual CC there, so Chovy gets out without using any sums.
What's bigger, though, is that Razork actually didn't pick up his Raptor camp to try and make this gank work, but because the gank didn't actually work out, didn't get flashed, now Canyon will be able to build an early experience lead. And you already pointed out, Veddy, that like those first 5 levels for the Zinza are so big, because that's where you really want to try and build as big of a lead as possible, because post 6, the 1v1 gets insanely hard, so you're going to have to seed a lot of prio on objectives.
Yeah, I mean, when we think back to that finals, Canyon was just power farming.
Forces Canyon to use Smite right there because the Razork would have stolen it.
But I think back to when Canyon was on Darmon and when they won that World Championship, that was his playstyle, right? It was a team that played very much towards him, and while on Gen.G, he obviously has diversified and showcased he can play all sorts of styles because we know how incredible of a jungler he is. On this Kha'Zix, I expect him to be a little bit more selfish.
They managed to slow down Chovy with Razork babysit. They did. But, you know, it's so annoying that he takes so many resources. You know, the Ori, you know, we've seen how dominant Faker can be with this iteration of Ori in lane, and like Chovy is just bopping him.
Looking for a lot of early plays, but not able to find anything. Once Canyon hits 6, he's going to have to be a lot more careful about which brushes he walks into. Another thing, though, with Draven, you're always going to be looking towards what are going to be the plays towards that bot side of the map. And really, outside of Chovy roams or them taking another 2v2, which in the last game didn't quite work out.
Yeah, Ori should actually be good into ASOL early. Agreed. Even though, you know, as people have figured out how to use Arcane Comic better, oh my god, Humanoid just getting completely annihilated. Jesus. He literally just TP'd back into lane. They just TP'd back. Bleh, it's so gross. But toggling his laser and then using Arcane Comet, like, people have figured out how to do this too to be really annoying in the harass.
As Canyon is just going to steal away a wolf. That is not very nice at all. But Gen.G just used it as sort of like a... Maybe he's going to be able to get a cash in and it'll be fine. But they never rely on it at all. They just add it to their list of threats that you have to deal with.
Every jungler knows that feeling where like you have your smite as well.
ASOL laning phase is really strong. I think as people have figured out how to like toggle laser on you, you know, and just constantly poke you with Arcane Comet. Yeah, people have gotten better at laning for sure with Aurelion Soul.
He's quite happy to sacrifice those rakes in order to get these grubs.
Yeah, and that's a good point too. Humanoid took phase rush. Good point, Oswin53. That does make it very difficult. He has phase rush and tier, so it is going to be really hard for him to trade with the ASOL. So you got to make a play at some point, right? Surely.
Can't really do much else on the map right now. I really want to see him look for more ganks. But again, we look at the minimap and look at this vision control. It's just perfectly set up.
He dies on top of Humanoid. That's the first blood going over to Canyon in a solo kill. He's evolving! And did he actually just...
He just evolves while Razork was autoing him. LOL. LOL. The disrespect, dude. He did the disrespect evolve. He's like, my claws! What a troll.
Did he get the evolve off?
Yes! He got the Q evolve off!
He Q evolved right in his face.
Oh, man. Well, I mean, it's pretty close to the same position that Ambition did it earlier on, so there we go.
Dude, I can't take these games seriously. You guys are talking about how Gen.G is like bad. Or I saw all these like comments on social media. It's like, Gen.G didn't play that well. I'm like, what the fuck is this? That's some happy ass gaming. Oh my god, Razork's committing suicide. Okay.
Flash has to be used to get himself out, but thankfully Humanoid is there, so they're not able to grab too much more. But once again, it's first blood going over to Gen.G.
Canyon just playing around his XP advantage, looking to steal away that blue buff. Was already a risky thing to do, but he knew that Chovy had his back. No one now.
Dude, this comp is troll. They're playing troll. I don't think they do this versus a good team. Do you really like? I even understand Canyon's disrespect. Because what the fuck is Humanoid doing, my dude? There's a Kha'Zix on the map.
just evolved? Was that just a full ambition that he pulled off here? The spirit of
Did he get
Pays Draven means they're having fun for sure, Empire. Yeah, probably.
Oh, man. Well, I mean, it's pretty close to the same position that Ambition did it earlier on, so there we go. Bit of a trip down memory lane. Noah's going to be exhausted here.
Pays not known for his Draven.
Pays now looking to back his way out, piercing light. Not a lot of value there. As now Razok, I don't know about this one, but it is a 2v1 as he just dives on top of him, and Chovy, he's flying through as well.
Did all of TS just randomly start trolling versus Fnatic? No, I mean, Fnatic has had some good plays, guys. But I can't control, like, it's not that Fnatic is necessarily playing super badly, but, like, look at some of these plays, dude. Like, are you fucking kidding me? What other interpretation do you have for this? Like, truly. Truly. You look at this. He knows where Kha'Zix is. Kha'Zix just killed Grubs, guys. He knows. He knows Kha'Zix is right there.
Look at this vision control. It's just perfectly set up.
He dies on top of Humanoid.
He knows he's there. Like, Razork is in his... He literally chooses to evolve his Q right in front of Razork because he knows Aurelion Soul is coming. This might actually be a bait to try and get the kill onto Razork.
And did he actually just evolve? Was that just a full ambition that he pulled off here? The spirit of...
Did he get the evolve off?
Yes! He got the Q evolve off!
And then just queued. Oh, man. Well, I mean, it's pretty close to the same position that Ambition did.
I just...
Bit of a trip down
Why was Humanoid there? He knew. He knew! He knew that the Void Grubs had just been taken.
Not a lot of value there. As now Razok, I don't know about this one, but it is a 2v1 as he just dives on top of him, and Chovy, he's flying through as well. Flash has to be used to get himself out, but thankfully Humanoid is there. So they're not able to grab too much more. But once again, it's first blood going over to Gen.G.
100% a misclick. So wait. Your theory is he somehow misclicked while the Xin Zhao was attacking him? Because he hits 6 off of killing Ori. I'm not buying it, guys. I don't think that's a misclick. I reject your theory. I think it's disrespect. Like, he's doing it because he knows Aurelion Soul is coming, but is flying back into lane, guys. He's doing it because Aurelion Soul's flying back into lane. No shot, that's a misclick.
I don't know about this one, but it is a 2v1 as he just dives on top of him, and Chovy, he's flying through as well. Flash has to be used to get himself out, but thankfully Humanoid is there. So they're not able to grab too much more. But once again, it's first blood going over to Gen.G.
Canyon just playing around his XP advantage, looking to steal away that blue buff. Was already a risky thing to do, but he knew that Chovy had his back. No one now looking for a bit of a trade.
Nice bit of aggression. Bubble goes wide.
But ultimately, advantage gain for
regardless, it is hilarious.
Right now, you can see
I think we can all agree that this is hilarious.
Over his jungle counterpart, a few of which
the Charles, I don't think I got your Twitch Prime sub a while ago. Thank you for the Twitch Prime sub.
We talked about how Razok wanted to find that aggression in the early game, but Cannon is just making it difficult for him with the amount of pressure that he's putting on him in the early game. We look back at this, Razok was there to cover, but Humanoid died too fast. And then he starts evolving.
And he evolves the claws. Oh, man. Canyon never change.
It's crazy. We were just talking about it.
I know! It's sort of like, I know we talk about Faker when he's not there quite often, as we're going to have a look at this. Oscar in it having to deal with an all-out Kane. Yeah, he's actually extraordinarily tanky. Kane dashing around the place and isn't going to be able to kill him. There's a whirling death that's blown out.
Toppy, so annoying.
Oscar,
oh!
That one, tanky,
that's a bummer.
Around the place and isn't going to be able to kill him. There's a whirling death that's blown out of the base. Oscar,
it was a really good combo by Keen, but he doesn't have enough stacks yet to get the execute, I guess.
A large man with knives on his arms or some boots with studs in them.
It's the boots.
It's the boots.
It's gotta be the boots.
Did Chovy just miss a cannon?
Wait.
It's over. It's over.
He missed a cannon.
Pack it
It's
up.
actually done.
Yeah, pack it up.
It's not called chovying anymore.
No, it's not. We're gonna have to cancel it.
The term is just, it's gonna
null
be
and
taken out of
void,
popular
yeah.
lexicon. It's no longer allowed.
Someone has to contact the dictionary now.
Yeah.
All right, Canyon.
Let Oxford know immediately.
Yeah. What about Collins? Do we let
Get him on
as
this.
well, or is there a hierarchy between the two? I don't really
Okay,
know.
Umbral Glaive finished now for Canyon.
Let us know.
I know Webster's is big.
Oh, really? There's a third one?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
There's a lot more dictionaries than free, Atlas.
You know more about dictionaries than I expected, Chronicler.
There's also the Urban Dictionary. They're high on the list too.
Yeah, that one, I don't know whether it's necessarily as canon.
One of the other big things that we see as well with Fnatic, I think trying to keep aggressive vision of this pit, is that obviously your objective control with a Umbral Glaive, Q Evolve Kha'Zix is going to be out of this world.
Yep.
Canyon gonna get hit here, and again, this is the power of that A-Soul. Chovy just making...
I like how A-Soul sounds like asshole. So he's like, that's the power of that A-Soul.
Canyon can just take any camp that his heart desires.
Hence, comes lightning, not going to connect onto him. There's more breathing here from Chovy. Shockwave going to interrupt his flight. That is just going to be him backing away, but winning out the trade. Still has his ultimate up and available. Level 8 here for the Aurelion Soul. Still building up these stacks, close to 100. And that is a pretty decent clip here for the Aurelion Soul. Speaking of stacks, Pays also getting a fair bit of adoration. Really like to
They're just cramming that gold in their A-Soul right now, you know what I mean? Just packing it full.
As best he can.
Full levels still in favor of Canyon as he makes his way towards bot lane. Pays and the Hens.
Ow! These spinning axes doing a lot of work. Stand aside. Going to connect there as Jun's
Oh, missed the bubble.
into the sky. A few of these axes landing, but no, offering a fair bit of damage back. But now, Canyon makes his way. Oh my god! Face just executes him with the ultimate. And Gen.G are gonna...
Well, there we go. Cash in. This game is just a fiesta. Well, Razor gets denies the 6 grubs, I guess.
Into the execution from Pays. They predict the flash from Jun as well, and they get the cash out. I think that was 650 gold that Pays just secured, ballooning the gold lead to 2K.
It might be even more, because he was down. He was down, I think, 300 gold.
I don't think it was 3. I think it was like 1. Something. It was pretty close.
Yeah, it might have been with the wave, but as you point out, Veddy, if you see the confidence as well from Ace and Lancer, because Humanoid is backing. I'm pretty sure they spotted Razor going up top as well, and Canyon is already
So Jun ults here,
moving over. And as you point
but
out, the prediction
the execute,
there, even without the CC,
it's very, very well played by Pays.
goal that went over to Pays.
Yep. That is a rich treatment now.
Ooh, yeah.
Is A-Soul versus Orianna matchup supposed to go this way in lane phase? I mean, it's pretty even, but I mean, you have to remember that this is phase rush. This is phase rush tier Ori, so versus, you know, people, especially Chovy's gotten pretty good at using Comet A-Soul to be a bully in lane. So the thing is, it has just drawn a lot of pressure. Like Razork had to come help deal with it because it was kind of going sideways. And so it took jungle pressure to kind of stabilize it. And even so, Chovy's been pushed forward. So there's been a ton of agency that has been given to this Kha'Zix to just hunt the map, which has been very good for Gen.G. What is Lehens doing, dude? So he hits the Scryer's Bloom, and then he... Okay, he's just committing suicide. Okay, he's not committing suicide? Oh, no! I like how Atlas had exactly the same reaction that I did. Oh, God. Well, it was all calculated, guys. It was a genius flash-for-flash trade by Lehens. Genius. Boo this man! Boo! We actually have buttons for this, guys. What am I doing? I'm fucking this up.
Dealing with Oscarinen as best he can here towards the top side of the map. Poppy's been having a pretty good time as far as the laning phase, but I think that Oscar's gonna have a tough time. That you only meant well, cause you did what you say. That it's all for the best, because it is what you say. And it's just Continuing the zoom in onto Noah though.
Sometimes I forget that I have buttons for this shit, guys, but they are very funny, so I should remember better.
That's all right. We weren't watching. It's fine.
I mean, if that's not an indication of the pressure kind of getting to you, I don't know what is. Like, you can tell that playing an opponent like Gen.G means a lot to these players, but also
We have the technology, guys.
consequences of that as Humanoid gets knocked up.
Big ol' knock up here from Chovy as he does have to flash. Canyon just flashes forward. The shockwave.
G means a lot to these players, but also you feel the consequences of that as Humanoid gets
Ooh,
knocked
big
up.
shockwave.
Big ol' knock up here from Chovy as he does have to flash. Canyon just flashes forward. The shockwave is a hula hoop around Humanoid, but it keeps
Jovi's hunting.
Chovy's just gonna fly on top of him.
All right, well,
Just walks out towards the side.
maybe that was ambitious. Maybe we should have gotten the turret plate
One of the
instead.
most OP abilities in the game.
Oh,
Very
it's so
nicely
strong.
executed there by Humanoid, just walks it off. And Gen.G, I think Chovy could have also just played a little bit more for the blades there, got overexcited, but even then, you get the ultimate, you get the flash, and because Razork also, I assume flashed to make sure that he got the kill on the hands before there was a collapse opportunity, but that does mean Canyon did use his, but outside of that, Gen.G, I think, looking pretty good in terms of summoners. When
Oh
it
good,
comes
we're
to the
getting a
upcoming
replay.
fight.
Exactly what I wanted.
As this is so Lehens, because he uses the scribes, he's like, I'm fine.
It's just the fact that
It's fine. Why would they be coming back to lane right now?
nothing.
Lehens is kind of trolling these games.
Oh,
If he did flash, he would have gotten hit by bubble.
And if he had have
He did die to Razork in the end,
but it
so
also doesn't actually matter
it's fine.
because,
But the thing is that being hit by bubble wouldn't have mattered.
Just walks in.
Like, okay, so Noah would have gotten hit by bubble if he flashed. So what? Right, Razork's here.
oh, Noah.
and if he had have flashed over, he would have been immediately bubbled. But it also doesn't actually matter because Lands was definitely not getting out of that one. Blast code
Still a
shenanigans
full
coming down
level
here.
difference.
It's all right, 2 flashes though.
Yeah, this 2v1. Canyon gonna have to jump his way out. Not exactly an isolated target there when there's 2 of them. I figured that out all by myself, guys.
I will say though, overall, Fnatic, not in the worst of spots.
Huh?
I've seen worse, gentlemen.
True.
And I'm thinking about the fact that mid lane is a lot more even than it was compared to the previous game. Oriana's still looking to stack up that Seraph's Embrace, which is totally fine. Oscar doing well in the isolated matchup topside. Wasn't expecting him to do as well as he currently is, but credit to him. The only problem is the fact that Draven is, you know, about a boots up and can.
He might also be
as a
dying.
player.
Also, there is also the dragon problem, which we haven't really talked about yet. But even though Chovy doesn't have a lead, I feel like Aesol game. So
Oh, that dragon problem. That dragon.
There's a few different, like the one dragon that they picked up not really
the
as
one
much of a
dragon,
problem.
I wouldn't call a problem.
I mean,
yet.
don't get me wrong, Chronicle. Like Chovy as a being,
As a being,
is always a passive,
as a celestial creature.
He's like, in many ways, in a game of League, he's like global warming, the ever existential threat that we all know we're gonna have to deal with at some point.
It's very Lovecraftian, yeah. He just,
and at some point, it passes the point at which you can deal with it anymore. You know, like.
all right, I'm good with that. Let's disregard Chovy. I do agree, particularly with what we saw in the previous, when it comes to the skirmishes, is, oh boy.
There's a bit of an all-out here from Keen. Decent little shield for Oscar as he makes it underneath his turret. You're not going to connect, and that's going to mean the Poppy will survive, as Poppies often do. Just getting tankier and tankier. Does have that Sunfire Cape already completed, and Oscar's going to happily clear up the creep.
Keen does get the back end. I wonder if they're actually looking to rotate him towards the bottom half of the map, or if he's just going to run to top. Looks like not going to be the case.
I will say Oscar and Jin have been both very good this tournament. So is Humanoid.
I think the skirmishes
And Fnatic's look pretty good.
Fnatic were quite good in the previous game. The 5v5 though, there was one, and it was a complete disaster, right? It was the one around the dragon, where they weren't able to mark Keen. So that is something that they're gonna have to do, because I think that when you look at the champions, there is actually an angle for them here. They have a really strong combo with the Xin Zhao and Oriana. You have a lot of bursts coming through from Noah, and they have Oscar in who can try and turn the numbers into your favor. But actually executing upon it is going to be the big thing, because in the previous one, that didn't quite hit the mark. Happened this time around. Oh.
Nice dash forward there from Noah. Does a lot of damage to Pays as an ulti comes down towards his bottom lane as Chovy is busy breathing on minions. Never changed, Chovy. Razork was spotted on that ward, which probably tells
What am I eating? Steel cut oatmeal. Very good for
I
you.
will say, very rarely domestically do we ever see Razork control as much as we're currently seeing. The vision from Gen.G, it feels so efficient in terms of...
You say this about Humanoid when Chovy does this. Chovy does this to everybody.
Flash onto flash away though, and then just flies. Has to do that in a straight line though, as now Razor's on top of him. Dangerous time here for the Dragon. The flash on.
Speaking of Chovy,
as much as we're currently seeing, the vision from Gen.G, it feels so efficient in terms of how it just gives them enough information to keep.
Chovy actually trolling. Razork has his flash up now.
There's a flash onto Chovy. He is immediately going to flash away though.
So he has W, E, gets the knock up. Well played by Razork. Humanoid catches up. Thanks to the speed from Oriana W. Ease onto Razork. It's a good play. It's a good play by Fnatic.
They're going to lose their outer turret in the mid lane, and Gen.G may look for more.
Big thing here as well, Canyon sitting on 2 items, almost level 11. Incredible power spike. Pace.
Oh my god, Jun! Ooh, able to get himself out of there. Does have to
They blew Milio ult though.
Still the Whirling Death not going to get another cash in.
This is one of the big things with Gen.G. Fnatic, really good job on
Oh yeah, they can take Drake.
Caught off guard, thinks that he can just walk up.
See.
Big thing here as well, Canyon sitting on 2 items, almost level 11. Incredible power spike. Pace.
Oh my god. Jun! Ooh,
It's a good dodge.
Get himself out of there. Does have to ulti. Still the Whirling Death.
Sitting on 2 items.
Great shockwave there from Humanoid, and he's on the board. Still.
Yeah, it is embarrassing that they, the problem here is Fnatic actually just got the kill onto Chovy, and like, why are we walking up on this, right? You have to remember what your actual win condition here is, which is that you would really like to stop them from stacking Drakes. So they were doing the Drake, and then they got the kill onto Chovy. Chovy has TP, but he's not going to be back in time. So instead, we just take a giga-bad trade in the mid lane. All right, why are Jun and Noah walking on this? Oh my god, especially this. What the fuck are you doing, dude? You don't win that trade. You just literally walk it straight into a Draven auto.
Big thing here as well, Canyon sitting on 2 items, almost level 11. Incredible power spike.
Take another couple of Draven autos. That's fun. Have to blow your ults. Culling doesn't really do anything. Cassante TP's into the bot lane to catch the wave, so you don't even take the tower. So you literally kill Chovy, but you lose a tower, and you lose Drake. So I guess the good play by Fnatic. Fnatic is incapable of holding Ws, by the way. We saw this in LEC playoffs. It is impossible for them to hold a W. They will drop the W at the first possible opportunity. And they just fucking fumbled the dub right there. Okay, Humanoid has no ult. He's dead. It's just free. Now they give up to Chovy. Actually, Chovy, where does he TP to? Where's Chovy TP to? Oh, he just TPs into top wave. Oh my lord. What the fuck, man? Keen's standing right next to him.
It's why Gen.G is so good. They can cover.
Oh my god.
Oh no, the TP interrupted.
Oh dear, there's the all out. That's a big ride for Humanoid. Now trying to get himself out of there. He flashes before the time.
So Aurelion Sol gets poppy ulted here. That's why he's back. That's why I was confused about his TP, because I saw him halfway down the lane, but he gets poppy ulted. Because he was trying to chase Poppy down after Keen interrupts the TP. This is so bad, dude. Oh my god, dudes. Remember, Oscar, look at Oscar's itemization. Right? Warden's Mail. Plated steel caps. Sunfire. He has no MR. No MR. And passive, the W passive will give him some amount of MR. But he'll only have it at level 1, right? Because he'll do Q max into E into W max. So you can see here, 514. So he basically, what's his MR? 69. Nice. But, I mean, he doesn't have the tools to deal with this Aurelion Sol. So basically, Humanoid was trying to TP top because they saw Chovy TPing into the top side and they wanted to make a play, probably to kill turret and try and kill the Aurelion Sol. But again, he just gets caught with his pants down by the Cassante, gets his TP interrupted, and there's just a fucking tragedy in the bot side. Just a tragedy. So, by the way, the end result of that play sequence, The end result of that play sequence was they get a good pick that is mechanically very well executed from Razork and Humanoid onto Chovy, right? They kill him. So they killed Chovy. So from that sequence, Fnatic gets, we'll do Gen.G over here. Fnatic gets 1 kill from that whole play sequence. Gen.G gets 2 kills. 1 tower. 1 drag. All right, what the fuck, man? What the fuck? Like, Gen.G plays this super well. But Fnatic cannot hold the W. You know what I mean? Like, why is Noah stepping up in the mid lane and taking a giant chunk arena when they have a power play on the map? They have a 5v4 power play. They should be able to transition it into a Drake, surely, right? Surely. Chovy's dead for 30 seconds. Yeah, he has TP, but like, come on, man. You have Poppy TP. Like, the play should be around Drake, and if you need to TP in his Poppy, you can.
Gonna play for that.
Oscar knows. He's just like, put minions between me and
The 2 kills were part of that sequence? Yes, the 2 kills. Oh. Oh, and they get Oscar's flash. Yeah, the 2 kills, because the other kills came right here.
I mean, it's why Gen.G is so good. They can cover. Oh,
Because the reason why they're TPing is they're like, oh, Chovy doesn't have flash. We'll kill turret and kill him in the top side. It's actually so troll. Oh, Fnatic. Ah, the French. They're losing mid turret, so contesting Drake becomes really hard. Does it?
look at the difference now. Oscar in danger.
In what world? You're 5v4 and your uncontested top laner has TP. If Noah and Jun don't take a bazillion damage from the Draven, you can contest that.
Not gonna play for that.
Oscar knows. He's just like, put minions between me and Chovy,
Disagree.
and he will be distracted. It'll be,
Really?
never mind. There's no minions. They ran. Oh, he did it again. See?
I can't believe he's like, no, don't worry. Just ult is just a zone you have to wait.
You don't have Ori ult and Jhin flash. You have an extra player!
But you see the difference, right? Chovy gets killed, and what does Gen.G get off the back of that?
The crime is that Noah and Jhin are taking a million fucking Draven autos for free.
So then getting 2 kills onto both Humanoid and Razork, who then can't cross-map that anywhere because Chovy's covering top, and the mid-wave is already been
You lose tier 1 mid, but you should be able to bounce back from that play, guys.
Either cross-map it and get something else, but even if you feel like you've punished them, it feels like that they've just somehow mitigated whatever punishment you've just tried to do, and every time you then make a mistake, it feels like that you fall infinitely further behind because you can't get anything else back on the map.
This is a more extreme version of what we saw in game number 1 as well, when they got the pick on Chovy towards the bot side. When he went in very aggressively, got picked off on the Porky, but then the investment that Fnatic put into getting that kill immediately got punished by Gen.G, and now Canyon has actually hit level 2 on his ultimate. It's a really big win.
Takes down the turret here. Let's see what Oscar can actually do here, though, as Kane's not looking like he's taking damage. Oscar's looking like he's not even taking damage. He picks up the buckler, and we could be here for a while, gentlemen.
Atlas.
Yep. Gotta hit each other as many times as possible. King goes the wrong direction. That's just fine. I don't think you were killing him anyway.
Yeah, turret eventually.
Just 2 ships awkwardly bumping in the night.
Yeah.
Again,
there's some chop.
They're both like, oh, I'm sorry. I'll get out of the way.
Canyon mainly hovering around Chovy. There are camps on the bot side of the map for him to farm, but those aren't his priority right now. Fnatic have their eyes on this top tower, looking to secure their second of the game. You can see this gold gap about 2.5k. Advantages still largely sitting on jungle and AD carry. I mean, I look at the itemization and it doesn't look that dramatic. Admittedly, Canyon is terrifying right now, but we'll see how things move forward. Again, it's this team fighting where I'm mostly concerned for Fnatic. They prove themselves optimistic when it comes to the skirmishes.
Happy to take them.
Yeah, but in the 5v5s,
I want to see them take a fight with Oscar there as well, because I think that
We're back to Chovy farming inside lanes.
landscape of a team fight so dramatic
Always
with the
always
element that
popular
is going to be
in Gen.G games.
and maybe Dragon and a Draven.
And they have the empowered ultimate, and I don't think that you can afford to give over this Dragon, setting up for Cloud Soul Point.
Up. It's working, guys. The Kha'Zix mind control that Canyon has to make people walk into him is working. It worked on Owner. It's working on Razork too. Canyon possesses powerful dark mind control technology.
That is so much damage. Razork going to be able to use his ultimate, but now they won't have that for the next fight. 1 minute until the Drake though, so I think he should be okay. Happy to
Do Baron, you cowards. You won't.
It was quite the ambitious face check.
Yes. Gen.G do Baron. Do Baron. They have no engage. They have no engage. Gen.G do Baron.
It's an ult. Nope, not an ult angle, but mid lane control.
Do Baron. They need Jhin ult to engage you.
Push out top. Oscar, you would have to overextend to push out bot. There's not really an ult. Ambitious
Spikes, and they have the empowered ultimate, and I don't think if he's able to pick up his Leandries as well, they're sitting on IE Spike. Keen just picked up his Spirit Visage, like almost.
When did that pink ward get put down? It's already down, I guess. He saw the pink ward get put down. He pings it. It's like, I'm on a mission from God.
Cloud Soul Point.
that is so much damage. Razork going to be able to use his ultimate.
He thinks they're not there because they haven't cleared it.
1 minute until the Drake though, so I think he should be okay. Happy to use
It would be hard because Leandries hasn't been completed on Aurelion Sol yet. It is harder to do Baron. But I don't know. I think you just nut up and make the big dick play. They do have a Poppy though, so it could have turned out disastrously if Poppy hits a good ult. So there's reasons not to do it for sure, but for my own entertainment, guys, I would have liked to have seen a Baron there.
Gen.G just asserting their dominance, dropping the last of their wards. They now need to go back, replenish, pick up control wards, ready for the next objective, and spend what gold they have. The Zeal secured for Pays means that they're ready. Dragon in 25 seconds.
Yep, Canyon doesn't find too much there with his Void Spikes, but just searching for some options. Noah clears out the wave. Hey, there we go. That's actually true.
Almost 300 gold. I know you love rune optimization. This is Noah bashing in.
Oh, Canyon gonna get spotted here as Humanoid comes from beneath him. And now this bug gonna have to run away. Does use the ultimate, now has to flash. Does get back to Lehens, who does have some heals.
Nice, okay. Good pick. The picks from Fnatic have been pretty good.
It's optimistic, but they may have to just...
No, I think Fnatic should absolutely go for this Baron. They have the Poppy too.
It's terrifying, but I do like it.
Poppy's so good at objective control. Let's fucking go. All right, Gen.G has his Giga ult. Oh, can he get anybody? Yep, gets Draven. All right, nice job. Oh, Oscar, nice. He gets the Aurelion Sol. Press W. Why is there no damage on Fnatic? Noah actually does nothing this whole fight, by the way, guys. Noah doesn't auto-attack one time. Noah doesn't auto-attack one time because he's in bullet hell in the back line. It's not even his fault. He gets slowed by Rylai's, by Aurelion Sol ult. Then he has to dodge the wave. He autos 0 times that whole fight.
I think it's now going to turn out to be a Gen.G fight.
It's not his fault, guys. It's just funny. He wasted ulti on Jhin earlier. Well, Jin's on his team, so I doubt that was the case. Let's see what he... When did he use it? He uses it here. Yeah, he actually did not have to use the culling there. Whatever. It's not that bad of a mistake. But the problem is that there's no damage in this team fight from Fnatic. So it doesn't actually matter that Oscar gets Pays out of this fight because Keen tanks all of the initial damage. And then after this point, Noah doesn't get another auto off. And he's able just to use all out to pull Razork back. And by the time that all of the CC and zoning is worn off, Pays just literally walks up. Keen takes it. That's unfortunate. You want Draven or Aurelion Sol to get that, but whatever. But honestly, I think the right play here is for Noah to flash. I think Noah needs to flash right here to get damage in. I think he has to flash here to get damage in.
But Keen finds the pushback. It's just not going to quite be enough. He's so tanky. And in comes FaZe now with these axes. And with the Draven turning up, I think that's a lot of damage missing. But Keen finds the pushback. It's absolutely massive. Now the Poppycopter is spinning. Keen taking so much damage though. Chovy finds the ultimate. They throw away the Draven.
By the way, guys, did you notice this? Here's a cool thing that I just saw. So Poppy comes in, right? They have a ward here. They see the ward go down. Lehens instantly pops Lens. So when the Poppy leaves the brush, nobody can see Chovy anymore. He actually disables the ward in the brush using Lens in the middle of the fight. That's pretty cool. So I think the reason he does that is so Lucian doesn't flash on Aurelion Sol. I think why he does this is so Lucian doesn't flash on Aurelion Sol. He disables this ward.
Finds the pushback. It's just not going to quite be enough. He's so tanky. And in comes FaZe now with these axes. And with the Draven turning up, I think it's now going to turn out to be a Gen.G fight. Oh, Fnatic, that was so close.
It's again the same problem. Yes, they get Canyon, but I think specifically Chovy still having access to his empowered ultimate is the big problem there. They need to play so safe, so respectful, because they know if they try and rush the Baron, they're going to get taken down. And even without damages,
back up. Razor.
Canyon is here. Razor could get into the pit, but they're not going to be able to steal this one away. Humanoid down to 50%. They're not going to jump on him, though, just looking to grab the Baron.
But they know Asol is there. It's not about knowing whether Asol is there or not. It's about seeing him so you can deal damage to him.
As you highlighted, Chronic, we'll look back at it. Just Keen goes in.
All right, so we get the Baron.
So while the ultimate from Oscar
The Rylai's does so much work here, though, and the tidal wave by Lehens. Because basically, if there's nobody in that brush, they can't see him.
The support disappears, and then Gen.G can just kite backwards to allow time.
The Rylai's so huge in that fight.
4v5, Gen.G's team fighting shows why it is such world-class level of the patience that they play.
Well, we're straight into another team fight here as it's a great bubble onto Oscar and Noah.
Team fighting shows why it is such world-class level of the patience that they play.
Well,
Oh, he gets immediately knocked up. Razork was on. Oh, yeah. I guess he was on Q2 when he came in. Good collapse onto the flank.
Can they still keep fighting, though, is the question. That bubble goes wide. The health bar's a little bit lower. Noah still playing so far up and Keen.
Aurelion Sol up, ult up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, Aurelion Sol ult is up. Here we go.
It's not really what Fnatic want here in this moment. Keen now dashing forward. Pace has to get himself out, though. Throwing a few of these axes around. He does still have that ulti as the all-out does come on through. Razor gonna use it to try and get on top of Lehens, but he doesn't quite get there. He's now able to get out, and now the
Wow.
throwing a few of these axes around. He does still have that ulti.
Oscaridon gets out, man. Just by the skin. Ooh, just by the skin of his teeth, so he can TP back in. Nice. Chovy overplayed his hand with that flank. The rest of his team was zoned out because Oscar TP'd back in. That was on the razor's edge. Well played by Fnatic, though. Very well played by Fnatic.
Fnatic actually want a team fight versus Gen.G. They're still 4k gold down, but they'll deny the soul point away from Gen.G. And while
This is why I'm not a big fan of the Kha'Zix pick, and I wasn't a big fan of the Kha'Zix pick in finals, guys. It's just like, they have no primary engage with this composition. It's very different from how Gen.G typically plays, because Canyon, you know, frequently plays Maokai or Sejuani or other primary engage champs. So it fucks up their team chemistry.
And throughout all of that, Humanoid actually able to stay alive and then back off, TP in with a fresh health bar, but being quite big as well.
And this is what we were promised, right? We were promised that Fnatic, we're going to drag teams into the mud with them. And that is precisely what's happened. Good bubble here onto Razork, but he's not under too much more threat.
I think Gen.G still has a pretty substantial gold advantage. But a lot of it's on Draven, which is kind of useless, actually.
As you pointed out, Vetty is still behind. They did really mitigate the Rebel Baron power play.
Because if he steps up, you know, he's just going to lose poke trades or get Poppy ulted.
The first place. Problem is that
with all the kills that they got in the fight leading up to it, Gen.G still not going to be feeling too bad, but Fnatic's still fighting back.
The things to take into consideration are Flash is gone for both AD carries. Flash is gone. For
Yeah, if you play split push in comps, it can work. It's just like when you're trying to 5v5 around objectives like they're doing, it's just not good. He needs some more. He needs to use his dark mind control technology to force Razork to walk into him again. That's what he's trying to do. But Razork's mid lane. He's too far away for the mind control tech to work right now.
His ultimate back as well. We'll be able to clear the minions out with it as Fnatic will just clear out the mid wave as well. Chovy just sort of unanswered here towards the top lane. He puts down a singularity and we'll just fly on back.
Now he's level 16. This is actually really big because Gen.G holds on so tightly, and his mid lane turret is still relatively healthy. It makes it really hard for Fnatic to actually set up consistent control, and they've been able to get back-to-back catches on Canyon, but I do think that they're really reliant on getting a pick like that or finding axes immediately with Razork or Oscarinin, because otherwise their engage, like their snap engage, can be a little bit rough into the Gen.G front line of Keen. The lands his zoning.
I ultimately think Oscar is... He needs to start ulting Keen. We saw it in the last fight, and I think that it's proved how effective it can be. Speaking of...
Yeah, Keen taking a little bit of damage here, but there's a fight on multiple fronts. Keen has been half health. There's still a lot more to get through, though, as this K'Sante is extraordinarily tanky. Canyon just wanted to get himself out. Will be able to leap in order to do that. So Gen.G will back away, and you can feel the amount of added respect that Gen.G are playing with here after finding themselves on the losing end of a team fight. It's
pretty interesting because Gen.G is still in control of this game, right? You can see how they have the mid control. They're the ones setting up vision on the entrance to Fnatic's jungle. But Fnatic is slowly gaining more confidence. It feels like that they're not as afraid of Gen.G when they walk up to acquire.
Maybe they should be afraid of Gen.G. All right, we're just going to skip forward because this is the boring part. All right, minute till Drake.
Just yet, but try and play for that, get that, and then just force Fnatic into going into a fight with you. I think if Fnatic don't have either an angle or Oscarinin gets to ult someone away in a straight up front to back, where Canyon doesn't overstep again and gets promptly punished, Gen.G should still be able, because Keen, like even with Noah actually having... Oh, again?
Yeah, jumped on immediately, is going to be able to go stealth and look to get himself out.
Still be able, because Keen, like even with Noah actually having... Oh,
they set a trap for him. They squished the bug. Well, they have to use Shockwave again for it, but worth. Dude! Razork stole Canyon's mind control technology. That award. It's a good trap by Fnatic. They're playing pick much better this game. You know, I really want to know if they had actually played a pick composition instead of that fucking Wukong last game, if they would have done better. Because they look a lot better when they're playing with these pick comps. Like, mechanically, they're on point.
Another punish onto Canyon. 40-second death timer for Canyon, but they did have to commit the shockwave and the flash from Razork. Keen. A wall that stands in the way.
Yeah, continuing just
Big
to
ult.
walk towards them. My God, the damage as the skies descend onto Fnatic here. Keen just wandering forward. He'll find the Q onto Razork.
Forced the flash from Oscar. Oh my God. Okay.
Is just popping off though, throwing these axes left, right, and center, and no one is answering the Draven. There are too many threats for them to deal with.
And the man got a finals.
Yeah, he can't actually catch up though because of Cloud jungle.
The amount of confidence that Keen has and Gen.G has, even though that was a risky, but it was a 4 versus 5. Canyon.
It's funny how Kazakhstan means Gen.G wins the following 4 versus 5. Yep.
We'll be up now to make sure that this Baron goes the way of Gen.G.
Yeah, Hayes just happily starting that one up, knows that his tankier members are about to join him. And Gen.G with their second Baron of the game. This one, I think, a little bit more backbreaking than the first.
I mean, that's what happens though. You need the Oriole though, right?
Canyon proved promising initially, but
like the thing is that they're trying to play for picks, but they have to use Oriole to do it, and Oriole can get more value in these team fights, right?
I feel like they should have just moved back into the river to set up for the dragon, but it just gives Keen this opportunity to set up for the engage.
Dude, the value of this fucking ult is crazy. Look at Noah. Look how much damage he takes. So he takes an axe to the face right there.
I feel like they should have just into the river to set up for the
So he walks up,
dragon, but it just
takes one auto from Draven, which does like 1,000 fucking damage to him. Anoa, again, can't do anything in these fights, right? And now everybody just gets rylized, and Keen just makes a beeline for him, tanks the whole culling, doesn't matter because he's fucking Cassante, gets rid of the ult from Razork as well because he has to get pushed back, but he still gets inside of the Crescent Guard. Gen.G just commits, or Gen.G, I mean, Chovy just commits suicide, but it doesn't matter because Paze is running around full HP.
Immediately dies, but it doesn't end up mattering as the fight is very scrappy.
Okay, over the wall and then back over the wall. For Canyon here, as he immediately flashes away, the Whirling Death is going to be blocked there by Oscar Ennen. That is going to mean that Noah is definitely not going to die from that one. Not a massive amount of stacks here for Pace, so probably wouldn't have executed anyway. But that
Was that damage one axe? I believe so. It's one, I mean, he has the Nami buff, right? I mean, look at that one axe onto Razork right there. That's one axe onto Rapid Fire Cannon proc, was it? We're starting this too late, unfortunately, but I think it was his first auto, so you're right. I think it was RFC proc. We can go back. But it's a combination of Nami plus Rapid Fire Cannon does 1,000 damage plus empowered auto. Yeah, it's bad. Probably a crit too. Yes, Infinity Edge.
To make sure that this Baron goes the way of Gen.G.
Yeah, Hayes just happily starting that one up, knows that his tankier members
and Nami's comment. Oh yeah, that's true.
And Gen.G with their second Baron of the game. This one, I think, a little bit more backbreaking than the first.
The commitment. Immediately they look to control the... I feel like they should have just moved back into the river to set up for the dragon. But it just...
I mean, the thing is, Gen.G's very used to playing against Lucian teams, so they're ready for him to step up and try and deal the poke damage, right? And that's why Keen and Paze are just standing there waiting to just chunk him out.
Isolating 3 members alone sets up the fight for Paze and Chovy to just do the work.
Favorite part of that is that Chovy's like, oh, Keen, you're tanking all these people. I can come in as well, right? Immediately dies. But it doesn't end up mattering as the fight is very scrappy.
Okay, over the wall and then back over the wall. For Canyon here, as he immediately flashes away, the Whirling Death is going to be blocked there by Oscar Ennen. That is going to mean that Noah is definitely not going to die from that one. Not a massive amount of stacks here for Pace, so probably wouldn't have executed anyway. But that is fine. We've moved to like a 9,000 gold lead now, gentlemen. This game's kind of
Noah's playing Humanoid's cockiness or what holds back this team. Totally agree. Humanoid will throw his leads or just be too cavalier, like we've seen with his recalls and TPs in this game, and it really hurts. I mean, you can get away with those mistakes, I think, domestically in Europe, but when you're trying to win an international tournament, you can't make mistakes like that.
As it turns out, cannot 1v5.
I think that's good. That's good.
I would almost just ban Lucian into Gen.G. The thing is, Pace isn't even the best Lucian player, and they did ban it in game 1.
Not good. Okay. That is a large ultimate here from Chovy, but Oscar once again makes his way back.
Canyon trolling.
Should just be squashed, but he's able to leap his way out.
He gets saved by Cloud Rift, by the way, guys. He gets saved by Cloud Rift. Otherwise, he just gets cold right there.
Should just be squashed, but he's able
He gets saved by Cloud Rift.
to leap his way out, and the culling just not quite enough range on those bullets. Fnatic not going to be able to grab the Kazakhs this time.
Gen.G are getting messy. And I will say that Fnatic, even with their deficit, do like this kind of environment. Being able to find these random picks, these random skirmishes, they're just giving Fnatic... Oh! Giving Fnatic an opportunity to bounce back in this game. Again, the Baron not really resulting in a huge amount for Gen.G.
That's because Gen.G has shit siege. Here's the problem with the composition. Riddle me this, guys. What does Baron do for Gen.G? What does Baron do for Gen.G? Can they split push? No. Can they siege? No.
Lock it in a little bit if they want to close this one out.
This composition. Can they dive? No. They have no primary engage. The thing is, this composition is so shit garbage that it doesn't do anything. So they, even if they have Baron, they have virtually no tools to close this game.
It's not that much.
It's also a lot of money for Fnatic. You know, that's a big gold swing. You know what I'm saying?
Like, what are they supposed to do? Is Draven just supposed to step up and auto turrets? Like, what is that going to do? It's going to get him killed.
But, you know, one problem at a time.
One at a time, okay? We're trying to...
You can't cross multiple bridges at once.
Yeah, it's
you know, you have to choose them. So, we'll get to the first...
Do you think Jhin would have been more useful in game 1 for Fnatic than Wukong? Yes, but Jhin was banned.
Could be possible, at least before a GA does come through, as Canyon, when becomes lightning, not going to find his backside, and he's able to get himself out of there.
Look at bot lane, though. Keen sitting isolated means that Fnatic overcommitting 5 members towards the top side to try and find a pick. Going to likely cost them a tower here.
Hellfire
Needs
is
to
very
be
big.
careful. Yes. It is one of vast quantities, one could say.
Like, you basically just have to stand there and then just let the fucking purple cannons kill the turrets. It's so annoying.
Can Razok actually get in here, make it a 1v4 because Noah is in so much trouble. He gets queued back, and there's the 4.
What is Keen doing, man? This is some happy gaming bullshit. I wonder if we should apply pressure onto this side of the map when we don't have pressure in mid or top. Surely there won't be 4 people trying to kill me there.
Points, Atlas!
I don't know about you two.
I think Kane's having a really good time.
Oh my god.
Sometimes you just gotta cull away the ultimate.
It's for the style points, Atlas! So, Gen.G is definitely, as you both
As
point out,
regional experts,
they're
run
getting
me through
messy.
it. Run me through the Gen.G mentality here. Let's educate.
He was securing him. He was like, I got you, bro. I got him out. And Keith's like, no, watch me. And then he dies.
He offered him a hand out of the pool, and he dived into the deep end.
Yeah. No, you just got the chrome spray and said, witness me, and then it was all done. And then Noah culling his way out of the whirling death, which was beautiful. Love to see those mechanics. Little known that actually works.
First time I've seen it.
Yeah, me too.
The big thing though here, and this is why I think we're having some fun with it, is it needs to lead to an actual objective. If this leads to like a Baron or a fight where Fnatic is actually able to get through multiple members on Gen.G, the mid lane turret is still standing throughout all of this, right? So as long as Fnatic, these kills are just going to extend the game, and I do think that I really like
Calling his move speed buff? I think so. I think that's why he called right there. I think you get a small move speed buff from culling. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, not to mention the value of Melio in late game.
Looking right now.
Is just massive.
Ah, shit. Well, it crashed my browser. It's because it ghosts you. It ghosts you. He wanted to E for sure. Probably fat fingered E. That's probably fair. All right, hold up, guys. My entire browser just crashed.
Welcome back, ladies and
Very fine, guys. Sorry about that. Okay. We're back. Gotta find that point in the VOD again.
and then Noah,
Wow, that was good click in there, Monty. Nailed it. Nailed it.
That actually works.
Hashtag winning.
First time I've seen it.
Yeah, me too.
The big thing though here, and this is why I think we're having some fun with it, is it needs to lead to an actual objective. If this leads to like a Baron or a fight where Fnatic is actually able to get through multiple members on Gen.G, the mid lane turret is still standing throughout all of this, right? So as long as Fnatic, these kills are just going to extend the game, and I do think that I really like what Gen.G have when they get to the late game.
YouTube mechanics on point. I'm a god.
But it's not like the Orianna isn't going to be able to do insane amounts of
Dude, my
damage.
VOD mechanics are second to none, by the way.
Yeah, not to mention the value of
I've got all the YouTube controls, all the telestrations, best in the fucking world.
Oh, they're going.
VOD mechanics.
Canyon throwing some void spikes around.
Fnatic,
Razzo
I was going to
that
say they need to
opportunity.
find a way into the Dragon Pit, but they found one.
Yeah.
They're forcing the ult out from Canyon.
Very fast. Especially when he does press that.
You should become a professional YouTube rewinder. You guys know, to be respectful, you have to rewind your YouTube videos when you stop watching, when you're done watching them, right? So the next person doesn't have to rewind the YouTube video. It's very important to remember. Be kind, rewind your YouTube VODs.
And you can see Canyon just once again.
I feel old. We all feel old, my friend.
Possibly can.
Also trying to heal up on the red buff.
That's for the old people out there.
Help heal him up passively.
Still finding more and more of these W's from
Up on the red buff.
Did anybody else
And so for his
blockbuster?
team as well. The buff will also help heal him up passively.
still finding more.
Was that a VHS reference? Hey, it could have been a Betamax reference too.
More of these W's from Canyon, and now the fight has broken out. Keen finds 3 as he dives forward, absorbs and exhausts as well. This time, Jun's able to get himself out though, and it's once again from Canyon, and now the fight has broken out. Keen
Where did Chovy's ult go?
finds 3 as he dives forward, absorbs and exhausts as well. This time, Jun's able to get himself out though, and it's once
Where's his ult?
has broken out.
Ah, yes, the invisible comment. Razor gets hit by it though. It's just a visual bug. It looks like people get hit by it.
As he dives forward, absorbs and exhausts as well. This time, Jun's able to get himself out though, and it's once again Keen with the 1v5, absorbing as much as he can.
But it's Oscarinin that knocks back all the damage. Shokeen is tanking and tanking, but it doesn't actually matter.
They still have Shockwave.
We'll see if they can contest with his Drake.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of
That's a good
frontline
calling.
left remaining. Yeah, exactly right. Lahed.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Look at this Draven damage though.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of
That's a good
frontline
calling.
left
They have brush control. Pays has Nami buff and rapid fire cannon.
remaining. Yeah,
He just pops out because there's the black hole. Humanoid slow. He just pops out and just casually just hits him with one axe for like 1,000 damage.
Lahed's down to 50%. Oh my god, Humanoid loses most of his health bar, but now Oscar's back.
Humanoid should not be walking up on this brush though, because the play that they're trying to make is to get Oscarinin back here with TP. So the real question is, why are they walking up
Back all the damage.
into the mystery bush? The mystery bush.
Shokeen is tanking and tanking, but it doesn't.
While the play that's being called is Oscarinin comes
We'll
back.
see if they can contest with his Drake.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of
That's a good
frontline
calling.
left remaining.
It's all right. Got to walk through the choke point, guys. Got to do it.
Down to 50%. Oh my god, Humanoid loses most of his health bar, but now Oscar's back. And his health bar's huge.
Humanoid has the TP as well. Neither team is going to start off the Dragon. 35 seconds. Chovy looking.
Yeah, flying on forward as Canyon has been spotted. Noah dives on top of him. Canyon's gonna leap away.
25
Singularity
seconds on
comes down.
Keen.
Wow. Pace does a lot of damage, and yes, Keen does have teleport up and
this?
available as well. It should just be the Drake.
All right, well, they get it eventually, so
Once again,
I guess I'm the dumb one.
grabbing some bounty gold. They're still in this.
Fnatic have taken the kill lead for the first time in this series.
Is going frame by frame when doing the analysis for the slightest details as not seen your YouTube VOD review game used period and comma yet? I do. What a lie.
Keen was 4-0.
I'm sorry, sir. Are you trying to question my YouTube VOD mechanics? Best in the world? I absolutely do, comma and period, frame by frame. Excuse you. You're clearly new here.
He might just be. He's gonna have to flash away. But there's the dive forward. Humanoid's gonna grab it once again.
Ah, but it was all a clever bait.
Question.
That's a
And the
Baron.
answer's gonna absolutely be no.
No power. Chovy uses ult.
Yeah.
Okay, well, hang on. Oscar needs to land the ult onto Keen.
They gotta get him out of there. Chovy's got the singularity in the pit as well. Gen.G, I don't know whether they want this one. Bubble is going to connect. And now Chovy breathing on them. That's going to be
The Baron incident, man. I hate this composition from Gen.G. I fucking hate it.
That he was. Gen.G don't actually have the most reliable engage when we think about it.
38 minutes into this game, Vedius has now figured out that Gen.G do not have the most reliable engage. He did it, guys.
Their engage. So if Fnatic actually... Oh, Canyon, are you dead again?
He might just be. He's going to have to flash away. But there's
That was definitely the right place to be before you got mid-control.
actually going to kill back, though, is the question.
That's a
And the
Baron.
answer's going to absolutely be no.
No power. Chovy uses ult.
Yeah.
Okay, well, hang on. Oscar needs to land the ult onto Keen.
They got to get him out of there. Question.
Oh, That he was. Gen.G don't actually have the most reliable engage when we think about it. Keen is their engage. So if Fnatic actually... to land the ult onto Keen.
They got to get him out of there. Chovey's got the singularity in the pit as well. Gen.G, I don't know whether they want this one. Bubble is going to connect. And now Chovey breathing on them. That's going to be the Drake taken down. Shockwave goes wide. I don't think that matters. They just need to get out of there, utilize this Baron as best they can. Oscar going down low, but he creates enough distance. The culling gets rid of Pays as well. And Gen.G,
the thing is, this composition is just so bad for Gen.G that they like can't get vision control, they can't engage. But even so, like, you know, Canyon has to, they have to actually have to apply pressure.
Fnatic stand a chance of getting a big win over Gen.G in this series.
Starts again with Canyon getting caught out, and the combination, the 1-2 of Razork and Humanoid finding the extended chase, the movement speed from the Orianna, the threat of the ultimate, and Razork just consistently hitting his W's. And now, Gen.G, for the first time, really pushed back to their own base.
Yeah, and we've mentioned this many times, but haven't said, oh, okay, we've got a little bit of a dash out here by Keen. Looking to try and defend their inner turret. Shockwave is going to connect on to this Cassante. They've recognized they just...
yes, the primary engage. Nami ult. Surely that will work. It doesn't.
And keep space from this Fnatic war machine that's just walking them down.
Dude, Pays just takes somebody's... I guess all you need, though, is a rapid-fire cannon to chunk somebody to 50% HP. Now, Canyon's lurking on the flank here. Can he get an isolated target who's running? Oh, he gets a W. Oh. He just needs another W for slow. There we go. Okay, now they're all dead. All right, game's over.
It's a double for the Dragon, and I think Gen.G, it's been a couple of fights for Fnatic, but this time Gen.G have found one themselves.
Oh, Oscar trying to stay alive for as long as possible because the mid lane highway is open. The minions in the previous play, they take it as Lahens try to
What the fuck?
Noah says, you are a Nami. Do not step up to me with the teleport. I don't know if they have the wave.
All right,
Canyon has ult.
Opportunity here. And still, Chovy is going to be able to get one back. Still, I wouldn't say that is necessarily positive. They might be able to grab themselves an inhibitor here in the mid lane, but I don't think we're ending the game anytime soon.
I hate this Kha'Zix, guys. I fucking hate this Kha'Zix.
Yeah, don't get
does not win you games. Chovy, though, when the chips are down, this man really does just put the team on his back. How massive was that ultimate? Like, he literally threw a star at Fnatic. Look at Chovy and look at his...
Dude, why isn't the story of this game Pays just, like, one-shotting somebody to half at the start of every fight? Like, why isn't the story of this game Pays just, like, walking on people and getting one auto off and just, like, mauling them? He's winning these fights. Because basically every fight starts with Pays just autoing somebody and then Chovy ulting.
That's where you do see Gen.G able to utilize their comp as, thank you for pointing it out, Vedi. The amount of increased range on Chovy's ultimate is 85%. As this is the most Lahens thing that I've seen, today?
Lahens is having, he's fucking gaming today, guys. Lahens is fucking gaming. He looks so bad today. His Revel was so bad too. I mean, it wasn't all bad, but you know what I mean.
Of increased range.
That you only meant well, cause you did what you say. That it's all for the best, because it is what you say. That it's just what we need, you decided this. What you say? What did you say?
That actually is like the meme though, because he is just getting shot. You know, it is like the OC where he literally just is. He's just standing there and he just suddenly gets shot.
I think he's been able to find as many opportunities as he possibly can. Currently has 6 items to his name as well. And I think he could be a win condition if him and Oscar can get things together in some of these fights.
It's just this Space Dragon.
We didn't talk about it for a
I've
long
successfully demonetized my YouTube VOD by playing songs, guys. You're welcome.
That global warming is really
I lose money every time I push that button.
Because you can't even walk up the choke points. Like if he puts down.
I do it for you, though.
Oh, very scary, but that culling is also very scary. This time, the ulti's not going to find quite as much value.
That's a win for Fnatic.
Yeah, if they get to back off now, they can get all of that health back. As you can see,
That's how much I love you guys. I want to entertain you so badly.
What ultis have been used? Chovy's is down, and as you rightly said, that's usual. Lahen's is gone as well.
Yeah, Whirling Death is there, but pays so hard for him to walk up. Is this Drake getting taken down so incredible?
Pays so hard for him to walk up. He's walked up the whole game. That's all he does is walk up.
And as you rightly said, that's usual. Lahen's is gone as well.
He's a walk-up specialist. He does lose the trade here, though, but that's like the first time he's been unsuccessful in walking up.
Getting taken down so incredibly low. There's the keeper's verdict. That's going to get rid of the dragon. And that is a 3rd Cloud Drake here for Fnatic. Whirling Death not finding any value here. And now the dash forward from Razork. Keen finds 3 as well.
Razork flashes for that. Keen's in the back line. Oh, boy.
Chovy has to go golden to avoid the shockwave.
Chovy dodges shockwave. Up. I love fish in a barrel. Hey, look, guys. Gen.G found the way they can primary engage. See, what you do is you just corral them into the pit, and then you have a form of engage.
Gentlemen, and this dragon is just breathing hell down on top of them. Canyon off to the side, waiting for his moment, and breathing goes the dragon. They'll take their chances with the bug, but the Draven is too scary. And it's another kill for Chovy.
They did it. They finally got a primary engage. Now they can just win the game. Surely.
Certainly a problem.
That was a rough ride.
At least what it looks like. And they'll move to
I hate that comp. I hated Fnatic's comp in game 1. I hate Gen.G's comp in game 2. Surely Gen.G doesn't do that versus an Asian team. Please, no more.
He's been for Gen.G for the last 2 years. Going to be a big talking point, but I also want to give credit to Pace. I was very pleasantly surprised by his Draven.
Well, we had some laughs that game at least. We had some laughs, guys. Didn't we? We shared some mirth and amusement together.
Banned, baby. There we go.
We did it. We finally got that.
We banned Cassante finally. People are learning.
Draven.
Do not give it to Keen. All right, I got to pee. I'll be back. Saturday matches with a huge pause between them, or will the second series start when the first one ends? Second series should start when the first one ends. They've just scheduled 5 hours in case it's a full 5 games, probably. I'm back, baby. You know what's interesting is my YouTube viewership drops a lot more than my Twitch viewership when I take a break. Why is that, do you think? Theories. Go. Worst chat experience when streamers AFK? I believe that. More things to click on. Good theories, guys. I like it. I like your theories. All right, let's go. I have 35 minutes to finish this before I have a meeting. By the way, just signed a sick-ass deal for LFN. Let's just say you guys are going to be quite surprised by one of our new sponsors in June. Esports Winter, is it real? You decide. The Saudis. Yeah, Neom. It's our Neom deal. It's coming. Bad Dragon. Dude, look, I would not do, the personal experience part of Bad Dragon, but would I take a Bad Dragon sponsorship? Yes, I would. That shit would be hilarious. Trojan would be amazing. I just Googled Bad Dragon image search. Why would you do that? What's Bad Dragon? Oh, God. Google it. All right. On that note, let's start this series. So Rumble banned again because Fnatic's blue side again. We talked about Rumble R5 flex between Lehens and Keen being very dangerous. They banned Cassante. They banned Nautilus. So now we actually have a bunch of AD carries up. Senna is actually being banned over here, as is Callista. So what do we have? We have Varus. We can go back to Varus Ashe. Right. Interesting. Okay. The Vi's been like permabanned. I do find that curious. Although now, upon reflection, guys, maybe I find it less curious because Fnatic has had their biggest success like playing pick.
Let's go for the Drave and Nami again, but Lulu this time isn't banned, so I will also be very Gen.G just responding. So
I think this is going to be interesting. Varus is going to be the first pick here, and
I think relatively low prior for the series. I think we saw Ben in the first one.
It was picked up in the first game.
It was picked up.
Oh,
Yeah.
It was the Ashe virus.
Oh yeah.
all right. We got the Lucian Nami response. We're just going to see Varus Ashe. Yes, we are. We're going to see a lane swap from Gen.G. Should be a lane swap attempt. Aha! Okay. Fnatic is trying to steal the strats from Gen.G, or from G2 that they used against them in the LEC finals. So basically, this is very interesting because you pick the Scion here. Now, obviously, Gen.G knows what's coming, but now they have a hard decision to make whether they want to lane swap until level 3 and whether there could be some Scion cheese here as well. So this does put Gen.G in a quandary. I'm enjoying this, okay?
I wonder, though, if they want to try and go for something even more aggressive. We saw, I think it was like a year and a half back, some very aggressive...
All right, so it is just going to be the Sejuani taken before it can be banned. Take out the Orianna, take out the Talia, Chovy, and Tristan. Why are we taking Tristana out? I mean, I know it's a Chovy champion, but...
It is kind of a no-brainer.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. So we're just going to steal. So both Fnatic and Gen.G are just going to steal strats of other teams within their regions.
Okay.
So they're stealing the T1 strats.
Lane swapped on because he's getting lane swapped on.
I think they know, and I think that Keen's just like, I saw
Into Vayne. Could also do the Zin. Zin was also really good. Panda wouldn't mind
LeBlanc,
that.
Xin Zhao. All right. Okay.
Xin Zhao makes more sense. All right, so a very powerful.
a little bit of a wry smile on his face, which I'm a little worried
All right, we're just going to play Azir. Fine. Oh, we're playing Aurelion Sol again? Into LeBlanc. Interesting. That feels dangerous.
Gen.G that had the pressure on them to swap, and now it's feeling like it's the other way around. But the Scion's there, so Fnatic should be able to do it pretty well. I don't really understand, but I'm excited to find out.
I'm excited to find out. I'm very much excited.
No, the thing about this game is if LeBlanc gets ahead, she should probably just dominate the side lanes. So we'll see. I think a lot is going to come down to lane swap execution. I like the fact that they called the Lucian Nami, took Varus Ashe, and took Scion.
Expecting something like a split map to try and basically cut Canyon off from a system.
Really understand.
I do think Azir is better here, I agree. You can play Grasp Azir here pretty easily, I think.
Something like a split map.
Playing Grasp Azir, I think, is quite strong here. But whatever, just play Aurelion is fine. I love it, though. Keen is fucking built for this. He's a dirty Quinn picker. He's built for fucking top lane Vayne.
Canyon off from assisting the bot side of the map. But we'll see how things go. We look back to game one, and even though the bot lane struggled from Gen.G, they were able to make their top lane work to perfection. And I think that the early investment into Grubs is something that when you give to a Vayne is going to be this massive side lane threat that I think even a LeBlanc...
Well, the thing is, Vayne isn't going to be able to take TP, right? You have to play Flash Ghost, so that actually limits them. I'm actually really curious. This is a super interesting conundrum, guys, because Pays and Lehens want to swap off until level 3 because they don't want to end up in the bully lane. But if they do that, the possibility of Scion cheese, obviously, or Scion just sitting under turret and collecting XP, even if he gets dove. In the late game, you only have one TP on the team. So, you know, you're really, if you start split pushing, you're really locked into it. But the thing is that if the Vayne is behind and the LeBlanc is ahead, I would assume that the LeBlanc just shits on the Vayne in the side lane. I'm not 100% on that, but that's how I think it would probably play out. So, like, it feels very snowball-y. Ooh, phase rush on Sejuani. That's, yes, Pura Nikos 1. Good eye. I didn't notice that. That's curious.
From the bot side of the map, and it looks like they're going to have that option available to them. Great initial start. Gen.G immediately cross-map.
From Humanoid. Backs against the wall. They need to win this game if they want to stand a chance in this series. And already, Jovi taking a bit of damage here. Electrocuted as well from Humanoid.
Enemy falls back to base. Fnatic getting...
So they do the deep warding mission. They get the one ward down.
Fnatic trying to cut off Canyon from the bot side of the map, and it looks like they're going to have that option available to them. Great.
So they're checking very... The thing is, though, if they really want this, 2v2, then they could probably put their bot lane mid and then have them just cheat up the top side. Yeah, they'd be late, but you have Ashe, so you can clear out your own jungle relatively easily if they've invaded in there. Chovy has Lens. Oh, interesting. He has Scryer's Lens at level 1.
Just inaccessible to Gen.G.
But here's Keen. He can be a real nuisance here. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's ghosting out immediately. There's the flash from Humanoid. And he absolutely had to do
Wow, crazy. That is such an interesting strat. So it's W start. So with Keen having Ghost and Tumble, Humanoid actually just has to flash. Otherwise, he gets chased down, especially because Chovy has flash too.
This is a very common strategy when the swap does come through. The top lane is just going to be roaming around mid. We saw it from Oscar.
Pretty cocky of Humanoid to try and trade like that.
Humanoid now getting very low. You would expect Humanoid to be losing out on these trades.
Humanoid's just, look at it, Humanoid's like, heh. They waited until Chovy baited the W out.
But here's Keen. He can be a...
Look how juicy Chovy's trying to be the ultimate bait. Look at a juicy worm he is.
Humanoid.
Humanoid played that very disrespectfully, though. Scion's just on the strong side follow.
this is a very common strategy when the swap does come through. The top lane is just going to be roaming around mid. We saw it from Oscar earlier. Humanoid now getting very low. You would expect Humanoid to be losing out on these trades during the early levels because the Blanc really needs that level 3, the full combo to be able to be threatening.
He definitely expected the Vayne B with Sejuani. He expected it to be a strong side follow as well, but you can't just assume, my guys. You can't just assume. And Keen's just going to chill here forever, I guess.
Still here.
Yeah, still
Not
here.
leaving.
That's going to be...
Okay, both teams are third wave crashing, looks like.
I think particularly with Unsealed Spellbook, should be fine to... Even if he ends up going down, like, if he is able to catch most of the wave, still not going to be too sad about it, but it looks like Keen is instead just going to stick around here in mid.
Yeah, I don't know whether this strategy is necessarily going to work.
So the Scion comes in right now to catch third wave crash.
Potentially ruining up his farm.
Vayne is going to now cheat to top side.
But even if Oscar dies, he has the passive to be able to soak up a lot of the wave.
Vayne is still level 1, so Vayne only has Tumble. So passive going to do work here. This is why the Scion is good. Okay, first blood.
And he just melted, only level 1 here for
So Keen doesn't have TP, so we actually get to walk here. This is where Pays and Lehens are probably going to flip back. They need to get level 3 first.
But of course, as we know, the bot lane towers more
Now the TP comes in. Can't really redive this. They're sharing a lot of XP, though, so it's going to be a really slow level 3. Meanwhile, 2 plates already gone in bot side. Dive him again.
level 2 now, but he's still so incredibly squishy. The flash has to come out here from Canyon. This double is not the greatest. Has finally
Yikes.
take him down. It was an execute onto Lehens.
This is why the Scion's strong in these lane swaps, guys. I mean, they forced through 3 flashes as a result of that. You know, the real problem here is that Keen is still level 1. If Keen is level 2 and has Condemn, this probably looks a lot different.
Level 2 now, but he's still so incredibly squishy. The flash has to come out here from Canyon. This double
Dude, the turret heat up does so much.
Oscar's very familiar with this.
Yeah, level 2 now.
Doesn't get the permafrost off is also huge.
To come out here from Canyon. This double is not the greatest. As finally they'll be able to take him down. It was an execute onto Lehens. And so still not on the board yet.
Yeah, it's an execute, so it's okay. But, I mean, it's not great, right? But this is really hard.
Level 3 was actually able, thanks to the passive and even with the TP back, to take a ton. But when it comes to the goal, because of the kills going over to Gen.G and no kill actually being picked up on Lehens as he was executed, gold, at least for now, favorable, but I think the experience might be a little bit tough here. Keen just now hit level 2.
What's the point of picking Vayne into a lane swap scenario? Well, because you're not lane swapping forever, guys. You're basically getting level 3, and then you're gonna swap back.
But I don't think Fnatic is too concerned about
They took 3 plates bot side though. Fnatic.
soon enough, given that Illusion starting off this strong.
The Lucian being 2-0 and now level 3 is going to be very hard even for the double hail blade lanes.
But we look back at this, and the tower just does so much damage. It stacks up so quickly. There's the second shot onto Canyon, the third one onto a level 1 Keen, and then the fourth one onto Lehens.
Does 400 damage. That's rough.
He definitely didn't think he was going to die.
Did not think he was
It
gonna
was
die.
just the one shot.
Because if Vayne needs to farm, the Vayne will farm.
Up about 1,000,000 times because they had to spend so long underneath that turret. So
Like now you just have a Scion into the Vayne matchup though. It's going to feel super bad in the long run.
Avoid death, even though we saw that burst damage was absolutely massive. There's a flash from Jun though. Immediate cleanse from
flash on
Pays.
Pays.
Just to stop.
Like the Scion, the Vayne feels super good into the Scion, right? Like what the fuck can Scion do? You can never touch the Vayne.
Flash from Jun the turret. So
All right.
nicely juggled there by Oscar. Able to
They punish Pays
avoid death.
on the dash up.
Burst damage was absolutely massive.
Miss the bubble. The bubble is down too. That's absolutely huge right now. Lehens used bubble early.
That slow coming on through, and yeah, the bubble is now down, and Pays should be taken out. That is the shutdown onto Noah.
Great play by Jin. Jin is so good, man. I'm so surprised at how good this guy got.
There from Pays giving over a shutdown to the lethality Varus. Jun arriving in the right time just as Pays dashes in. Lehens tried to use the bubble to speed up Pays so that the trade wasn't as bad. But as a result, Fnatic now with a gold lead.
I mean, Jun with such great awareness, knowing that the flash was burnt. Remember, weirdly enough, this was all set up by Oscar. Yeah. 4 flashes were burned in the top lane trying to dive this man. Jun knew that, and so the second that they overstep in bot lane, Level 6 for humanoids.
Yeah, going to be able to stop the flight here from Chovy, who has to flash away.
Okay,
A lot of
Fnatic.
respect given here as he gets the 25 gold from the clone.
It took 2 games, but that warmed
Is
up
Jun
to
the best performing support so far this tourney?
We're seeing
Well, I mean, we haven't seen 2 of the best supports in the world play, which are Keria and On, and also Mako is really fucking good.
Level 6 ticked over for humanoid. He gets that summoner spell out from Chovy. And Fnatic playing with a level of confidence in this early game that we're yet to see from them in this series.
Something we also haven't really talked about yet is that the repeated dives from Canyon left him very low. He wasn't able to take a large part of his own jungle, so Razork has been able to...
Yeah, Mako played extremely well.
When it comes to the experience as well as the CS, he was about to level up. He's gonna hit 6. And have
You just like the idea of getting rid of Trimby at the time, but Jun has looked great. I mean, maybe Jun just looked amazing in their trials and their scrims, right? And then now it's finally translating to stage. It does seem crazy you would get rid of Trimby, though.
That makes me sad, but we'll see exactly what soul opportunities we will have as this dragon does go down. Keen finally getting what he wanted, gentlemen. Yeah. 4 versus 2 here, but Noah taking too much, and he will be taken out.
Oh, they're really punishing this lack of flash on Pays. Fnatic doing a very good job on these dives. Good tanking by Jun.
Exactly where they want that money to go.
A misplay from Noah to start off the dive with Gen.G being
Looking for... Oh, yeah. 4 versus 2 here, but Noah taking too much.
I mean, the kill going to the Nami is irrelevant, though, especially because you're going to lose so much farm into this turret as well. So, not that big of a deal that Noah dies there. Is a bigger deal that he used flash.
start off the dive with Gen.G being able to get something back, but they convert it into 2, and it's
TS and BLG will 10 times better with these dives. So will T1.
A perfect position for the LeBlanc.
But I don't know how much better that top lane dive could have been done by Gen.G. I think it just sucks that Keen didn't hit level. If Keen is level 2 in that dive, I think it goes very differently. He does troll. He doesn't have, like, he's dead anyway. He shouldn't flash there. He should never have flashed there. Surely he will not be punished for this indiscretion. He could have flashed bubble to live. He absolutely could have.
Fnatic actually building up an early lead here.
Yeah, looking pretty nice so far. As Chovy just trying to stand his ground, does have his giant spell now completed. That Ryleigh's on the way. A bit of added tankiness, I guess, but he's not going to be that huge dragon that we were talking about in game number 2 for quite some time. And I love what Fnatic has. As far
Dude, Carzzy would be so good on Fnatic, actually.
the dragon really becomes.
The thing is, I don't really believe in Oscar because, like, he oscillates from being super good to super bad. He needs to be more consistent. I don't understand how he could be so terrible in the LEC playoffs and then so much better here at MSI. It's very weird. Humanoid too. The problem with Fnatic is just the variance of their individual players is really, really high.
Bubbles into death. Canyon tanks up the turret for a little longer than he wants to, but Noah is just being targeted here by Gen.G.
Oh, the confidence from Canyon there, knows that Noah doesn't have his flash because of the earlier mishaps. Chovy?
Take your dragon for a walk, and Chovy's gonna be wiped out. Razork's the one that picks up the kill, and now Pays in a bit of trouble.
Chovy no flash.
So it is just Jun. And now looking for a little bit more. The culling is going to come on through, and even with the barrier, that is not going to do it. Lance, stop it! Stop it!
He will never stop, Atlas. We both know.
We know that, yeah.
The lack of flash killed Noah.
For a walk, and Chovy's going to be wiped out. Razork's the one that picks up the kill. Wave to layer the CC, and Lance bubbles.
Yep. So the clapback comes, the lack of flash clapback. Because they just flash right onto him, permafrost him. All right.
Canyon tanks up the turret for a little longer than he wants to. Chovy's gonna be come on through, and even with the barrier, that is not gonna do it. Lance, stop it! Stop it! Now Humanoid
Cut in half by Gen.G. They find a kill in
the right one, and that is gonna.
Humanoid doesn't have his flash.
Yeah, Keen coming down once again.
Dude, Keen's so smooth. He just uses Condemn to break the tether. Easy.
That is not what Fnatic wanted.
And just like that, the confidence gets cut in half by Gen.G.
Fleet footwork. Boots 2 on Keen. Very good, very good. How does the Scion ever auto or do anything to this Vayne? All right, Chovy's in the side lane, guys. He's farming. He gets all the side lane farm.
And that gold lead that we were talking about earlier seemingly evaporated. Of course, Gen.G, not the biggest lead, but they're not going to feel too bad with how rough that early game was.
I mean, Canyon has been making moves on the map. Obviously involved in those early dives, but we look back at this bot play. Oh, we're not even going to get the chance. It's just going to be the culling execution.
Yeah, immediately levels up.
Beautiful drift from Canyon into the bot lane. Lands a
Are you a fan of Keen? I'm the #1 fan of Keen, thank you. I'm the biggest Keen fan. All Keenosaurs on my stream. That was a term coined on my stream.
So this Varus isn't as far behind as these two deaths might tell you. As FaZe now dashing on top of Oscar. A fair bit of damage here, but does, of course, have the Soul Furnace. Has some ability to keep himself alive as the Decimating Smash coming on down. Lance trying to augment this. Is the Ignite just going to be used to say, please leave me alone? It's going to acquiesce at least.
Good start for Fnatic, though.
There with the swap, Noah and Jun showing up. They do deny Gen.G the full grubs. I don't know if that alone is enough as Arrow.
Oh, he doesn't have aggro, though.
Just walked into it. There are still minions here available, though, and he just dashes out of the way. Great ulti from Oscar, though, and Humanoid gets in there, takes down the Lucian.
Nice play. Dude, Fnatic's actual pick plays are really good. Razork had a flash, but totally worth. The Nami shutdown onto LeBlanc. That feels good.
See the bot lane of Gen.G and go, we can take him. We can make it work. Jun sets it up.
Razork just trying to stop Canyon from getting down here, but Keen, he wants it. Oscar might be able to get out, but Razork gonna have to die for his sins.
The return gank from Gen.G.
All right, dude. I love what's going on in this game though, because every time Fnatic makes a play and uses summoners, Gen.G is just clapping back by using those same summoners. Like, oh, Fnatic's like, you don't have flash pays, we will murder you, and they're like, Noah, you don't have flash, we'll murder you. You just use TP. Here comes the space dragon.
I think he was hoping to buy enough time for Oscar Renin to be able to TP back into the fight. Unfortunately for him, there wasn't enough.
Doobs Magoo, thank you for your Twitch Prime sub.
As he does manage to get out of the way of the piercing arrow as well. The flash forward from Humanoid. Not quite able to get the kill yet. He misses the chain and they go watch him. But a great cat and jack here from FaZe.
To be able to TP back into the fight.
Just some mild trolling.
Oh my god, okay, he just pops like a balloon. That is Chains of Corruption, but a great cat and jack here from FaZe. As he does manage to get out of the way of the piercing arrow as well.
Some light trolling in the mid lane.
Flash forward from Humanoid. Oh my god, okay, he just pops like a balloon. That is Chains of Corruption, but a great cat and jack here from FaZe.
Noah's doing it again. He's flashing forward for kills he definitely can't get. He's up to his old shenanigans, guys. You don't get that kill. You don't get that kill. No, I don't care if you hit the Q. You don't get that kill. Instead, he takes a tower shot. The murder-suicide pact in the mid lane. All right, Noah's here. Well, I wonder what would have happened if he had flash. All right, well, we're just going to use our Jun's flash too.
And now the dragon is becoming a problem again.
Fnatic needs to chill out.
Why is Humanoid trading a 300 shutdown? That's just what he does, dude. Do you even Humanoid? I mean, don't you remember how they lost game 1 to Top Esports when he was Giga fed and then he just he W'd and then R'd his W into the back line and gave Jackie Love a Giga shutdown? And Jackie Love was huge on the Lucian. Dude, there is nothing Humanoid loves more than giving LeBlanc shutdown gold to Asian Lucian players. He fucking loves it. That's his kink. That's his kink, guys.
Just the dash forward, not going to be enough. Chains not hitting, and I am impressed by Fnatic because you know how.
Dude, Noah's so trash. Get Noah out of this team.
Well, Keen is gonna have to get rid of this Scion. That was a good flash, exactly the angle he needed. And the hand's going to just get hit by an arrow in base. Well, like, sometimes you gotta catch it. You know, he was playing catcher. Why? That's how it works in baseball, isn't it? There's always that guy that...
Yeah, the guy that catches.
Yeah.
That's what Lance is doing.
Yeah, that's what he was doing. Nailed it.
The bot lane of Gen.G has been involved in 6 of the team's 10 kills, but also all of the deaths. All of the... Oh, except
well, actually, technically no.
There was an execution, that's why. I remember.
Lance has one execute.
Yeah, alright, fair enough.
I still think your point stands, though.
I would say it definitely.
It's not even flame, it's just more to the point that this game has all aggression really isn't converting into much, but it's benefiting massively for Humanoid. Now he needs to be the carry.
Uh-oh, guys, I have 10 minutes. Is this game going to end in 10 minutes?
Killer Faker on the block where he just sit in fog of war and he just murder your support everywhere. It feels like Humanoid has come in and said, Lahens, I got a bone to pick with you, and he is just out for blood as he looks to try and kill this fish.
And it's a really good game plan against Lahens.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Here we go, guys. Here we go.
It's like Humanoid has come in and said, Lahens, I got a bone.
Noah's here. He's shooting the arrows. June also wants to shoot some arrows.
And it's a really good game plan against Lahens.
So we shoot the culling.
Yeah.
Where's Jun's arrow? Oh, Jun arrows pays during the culling, but pays just doesn't even give a shit. Humanoid? Humanoid sticks around. What? Dude, Humanoid actually sticks around. He sticks around just to kill the hens. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. He sticks around because he wants to land the chains on Lahend instead of going back to his W. Yeah, you know, these Asian Lucians sure could use more gold. Now Keen's just... Now he's diving. All right.
Gen.G, I think they're pretty happy down
Was dead regardless by Lucian? Yeah, probably. They were camping his W. I don't know what to call those. Sigils?
With Canyon and Chovy, when Fnatic tried to find the re-engage his
gets a little bit silly as we see Humanoid maybe in trouble.
Yeah, continuing to get silly, but Razork is going to be here. Humanoid just going to turn it, and they just wipe out Keen. Still, Canyon's pretty dangerous, but now it's Oscar turning up, and this is 1 versus 3. I don't think but Razork is going to be here. Humanoid just going to turn it, and they just wipe out Keen. Still, Canyon's pretty dangerous.
Some mild trolling by Gen.G. Sorry, they get mid-turret for this probably. It's actually pretty worth. It would have been especially worth if they actually traded back a kill there.
Trade as they often do for the turret in the mid lane, but that is 2 kills going over to Fnatic on the back end of it, and there is nothing in this game. This is dead even right now.
See champion, try to kill champion, Phil, and get killed.
Gentlemen, you know, a lot of people online criticize LEC gameplay, but here it is. Welcome. This is a classic LEC game. Gen.G seems more than happy to buy into it.
They really are. And out of literally
They had 2 turrets for the 2 kills and Herald, but they also get position on Drake, which is pretty important. But we'll see if they can, if Fnatic can use Herald to try and put pressure on mid lane, so that then they can take Drake. But it's too late because Drake's already spawned, and Humanoid had to get out of bubble.
Talking to Coach Kim and saying just like, they look like they're having fun. Like, can we do that too? Like, are we allowed to do that? Well, I guess the answer is yes. Is Keen gonna take backstage?
Hey guys, do you think it's better to have a composition that has engage?
They look like they're having fun. Like, can we?
It's amazing what engage can do for a comp. What can engage do for you today, Gen.G? It can win you this game in quicker than 48 minutes. Dude, I love how Humanoid just W's in and then just gets immediately Sejuani ulted. Humanoid is throwing this game, though. Humanoid Giga through this game.
Canyon Sejuani is just terrifying. When you pair that up with Chovy's Aurelion Soul, he's 2 levels up over Humanoid.
Yeah, it's really terrifying. You know, it was really hard to hit that Sejuani ult when Humanoid W'd in a straight line directly into the pig in the brush.
Well, he's very tanky. Good sidestep on the bubble there as well. He's just looking for the opportunity.
All right, what a fiesta. You got to love this. Humanoid TP's in. He's like, I'm back. I'm making the play, guys.
I was waiting for the Humanoid to take that TP. That's the type of game that we've had. Nice punish there, and yeah, it's good that you.
I think this is just happy gaming, guys. Like Gen.G hasn't played a match yet this tournament. They're getting used to this. They really haven't been that much in danger of losing these games, in my opinion. Even that last game, it was just very hard for them to close because they had no engage, and Baron was kind of useless to them because they had no siege or split push, and their comp was shit.
We talk about how chaotic it's been, but Paze has still been finding a lot of kills and resources. Humanoid, bro, I don't. Oh, actually, that one was fine. He wasn't punished for that.
Humanoid. Oh, we're losing to defend vision again, guys. He's like, now's my time to shine. Boom. Keen just staples him to the wall afterwards. He just holds it. Dude, it's a shutdown for everybody. Shutdown for you, Pace. Shutdown for you, Keen. Shutdown gold for you and you and you and you. Everybody gets a shutdown on Humanoid. Gold for everyone. Woo!
Probably not the guy that you want to try and do that to.
Canyon is more than happy to take that test.
He will press up. He absolutely will, and he indeed did. It's only 1,000 gold in it, though. Gen.G with a bit of an advantage there. Baron has just spawned.
Sugar Humanoid. Dude, he is sugar daddying right now. Dude, he's making it fucking rain.
I think this is still anyone's game, though. We might be able to get to a game 4. It is still possible.
I do want to highlight, though, and this is something that has been very consistent, and I think is a really big problem, particularly when you have champions like LeBlanc who
He is, in fact, trading gold for getting fucked. Sugar daddy Humanoid.
He's fine. Yeah,
point blank arrow, not exactly something he cares about too much.
But it means that you have so much less pressure in the mid lane. You're also playing into Lucianami, who is one of the best tools to consistently keep those mid lane waves cleared and pushed in.
Oh, there's another singularity. The ulti actually comes down as well.
I'll never look at Humanoid the same way. I think that's a great new term we have for this stream. Uncovering real. The sugar daddying. We've coined it. We've coined a new League of Legends term, guys. Congratulations to Uncovering Real for coining the new term.
Humanoid's clone gonna come on through. They're taking more base gates. Keen doesn't care. He's taking down a turret on the bottom side of the map. The Baron gets mad at Noah, and now the culling comes on through. Good flash from Razok. Gets him out of the way of that one, but he won't have that tool now available.
Keen is still pushing. He's been pushing this whole.
Gets mad at the dragon.
Who cares if Vayne doesn't have TP if you can't stop Vayne in the side lane? Instead, we're going to miss our chains. We're going to everybody TP in. We're going to hit the Sejuani a little bit, but Sejuani still has Q and Flash, by the way, so there's no chance we actually kill her. Pace dashes over the wall. I'm just going to waste everybody's time here in the jungle. Canyon gets out. Humanoid's still there. Vayne's just in the bot lane. Meanwhile, Rylite... Dude, Rylite's on Brilliant Soul. It has to be one of the most annoying, like, champion item combinations. Who's gonna stop the Vayne?
Keen is still pushing. He's been pushing this whole time. If he's able to get this turret, he's going to be sitting on what, like... he's been sitting on this Phage and Mantle for a really long time. He doesn't...
He's got... Keen is so rich, guys. Oh. Or is he gonna get the chains?
And Humanoid able to catch up. The Vayne should just explode. Just another spell is necessary.
Wait. Why? Where is Humanoid? Oh, he had to R his W.
And Humanoid able to
Rip.
catch up. The Vayne should just explode. Just another spell is necessary here as the Ghost, the tumble, and he's looking to get himself out. There's the teleport coming in, and Keen's now turning around. Chovy is just flying after Humanoid. And I think they've safely saved the Vayne. Saving Private Keen on the bottom lane.
They got him out, guys.
Oh my goodness, guys. TPs, if they're up, they're not going to be up for long. I can tell you that right now. And I want to draw your attention. Humanoid's TP coming up in view.
But, hey, you know, Oscar Renin has Spellbook. So
yeah, LeBlanc didn't have any more cooldowns, guys. I don't think there was much he could have done there. He didn't want to get... If he walks in range, Vayne will just condemn him backwards. Because he uses his R right there. R2.
The W and the ulti, which means he kind of runs out of steam here, but he knows his cooldowns are up soon. If he can just get in range, which forces Keen to use the Ghost. We return to live. The Dragon spawns in a minute's time. Dragons are primarily in Gen.G's favor, but with the Herald secured by Fnatic, they're going to drop this mid to see if they can gain control.
Yeah, that mid turret actually absolutely massive as well. Gives Humanoid so much more space to play with. As Jun is going to dive into the Herald and then really does not want to do that. The ulti comes down once again from Chovy. Knocks up two, but Razork now going to try and go for the counter engage. Humanoid gets in amongst it as well, as Keen is his target. And he can understand why. The culling just softens up everyone though. And now Fnatic has to get out. That burst damage, just absurd. And the amongst it into the Herald and then really does not.
All right.
Do that.
Wow. It's so different when we have primary engaged, guys. It's so different. It's all right. Ashe is inside the Herald. Surely this won't turn. So they have to bail on the play because of the flank coming through, right? Canyon gets the stun from the Glacial Prison. Then they bubble. Dude, Sion is just CC'd forever. All right, trade flash for flash, and there you go. Pays. I think that was red buff tick that killed Humanoid. LeBlanc is so useless. Well, when you play LeBlanc like this, sure. You know, maybe, I don't know, guys. Crazy idea. Maybe we should be using our teleport LeBlanc to split push when they don't have TP on Vayne. And we have a hugely fed LeBlanc. Maybe we should be trying to play sideways. Crazy idea. But no, we have to make the hero play at all times.
We got another one in us, but it's not enough. And unfortunately for Fnatic, this feels like yet again, the fight feels even, but mid lane turret goes to Gen.G. Hextech gonna go to Gen.G unless Razork can make it over, but oh, he might be able to with the blast cone.
Best I can do is W into Sejuani. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. Like, maybe he loses that side lane matchup to the Vayne. Like, I think that's highly possible. But I think you at least have to try and use TP advantage here. It's the only way you win. I don't think he wins into Vayne, but I think you at least have to provide... Like, is what they're doing working? No. I would try something else.
He was trying to headbutt him, I think, with the tumble.
I tumbled into a Varus Q.
Yes, he did. Yeah. He would have had the kill had the tumble.
Yes, exactly. LeBlanc doesn't even have to win sides. That's what the TP advantage is for. Agreed. Agreed. Like, there's a cost, guys, in terms of time and allocation of resources that you have to deal with the LeBlanc. Even if you win, the LeBlanc can just not opt into those fights, right? But you get pushing pressure. The thing is that you have to be able to punish this Vayne to a certain degree without having any TP.
There's another ulti to connect. Noah is trying to counteract the arrow with his forehead, and it didn't quite work out.
Somehow Noah had...
Thank you, Galselhard, for your Twitch Prime sub. I think I said your name right. Canyon actually just clears the spell shield with Smite and then immediately ults him because Noah's positioning is Terabad. Fluky Twitch, thank you for your Twitch Prime sub. Appreciate you.
Wants to stop that. He's going to have to get out of there, though. Good crescent guard from Razork to keep his distance from Gen.G. But they are still bearing down on them. And now Keen's running amok. Once again...
Ooh, a golden Kappa train just started in my channel. If you guys sub during the golden Kappa train, you get the golden Kappa for the rest of the day. Just saying. Just saying. And I get it too, which is pretty cool. You have 4 minutes. But I think to get the golden Kappa, you have to sub and we have to get to the golden Kappa train. I'm not sure if it's everybody in the channel gets it, or if it's just the people who sub during this. This is the second time this has ever happened to me. All right, you guys decide. I don't care.
They've got too many threats, though, and it's now Pays that dives on. Manages to kill both of the solo laners, and I think that should be Baron here for Gen.G.
Fnatic, they just get hunted down. Gen.G 5.
Not giving my money to billionaire. I'm not a billionaire. You could give it to me. I guess you guys don't want it. It's all right.
He's gonna have to get out of there. That bounty that you were talking about immediately collected.
So glad you spotted it, Danny. Otherwise, you might not have known.
And now Chovy once again breathing.
Razork just gets ulted.
Stop that. He's gonna have to get out of there though. Good crescent
They force Razork. Meanwhile, Oscar gonna get stapled to the wall by Keen and take it down to 1 HP. So the Baron is just over.
But the chain is fantastic. They've got too many threats though, and it's now Pays that dives on. Manages to kill both of the solo.
Julio Hopkins III. Thank you for your tier 1 subscription. God bless. We're 1 sub away now.
See the Baron, and there's going to be no one standing in their way. A convincing team fight with Fnatic having no answers. Neither Gen.G 5 members strong. See the Baron, and there's going to be no
Baron here for Gen.G.
Ah, there we go. You guys did it. Drooler 2 and Slam Fists. Thank you guys. You put it over the top. Enjoy. And Dinger. Wow, you guys are all here. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it. All right, well, game's over now. Enjoy your golden kappas. We did it. No, you're not scammed, guys. It has to end. It has to end. Stop saying you're scammed. It has to end.
Aurelian Soul with his slow and singularity and a Vayne passive. Like, you're just not going to get away. If you're committed to a fight, it's going to be to the death. And unfortunately for Fnatic, in this case, so much damage available here. Yeah. If he doesn't tumble into Varus Qs and dies, Keen gets just...
Yeah, if he's 1v1ing a Scion on the side of a fight,
he's getting the Silver Bull procs, man. But also...
Yeah, we'll give thoughts on Gen.G versus top esports at the end of this. Pays does 1 billion damage with culling. Razor can't handle the heat, so he gets out of the kitchen. Now we just push. It's amazing. It's amazing what happens when you can actually split push and engage and siege with Baron, isn't it? Not like last game.
Chovy, another kill under his belt, and the skies descend onto Fnatic once again. Razork going to be taken down exceptionally low. The turret will now be taken in the mid lane as Keen is just getting things done. That should be the execution. And
Humanoid got him. He TP'd in. It cost him his life. Oh, you guys are now trolling so that we never actually get to Urkel Baggins 10 community gift subs. Thank you. How kind. Very nice of you, as well as Huzarin Slotya. Well, that's a very Scandinavian name of you. Gave out 5 community gift subs. You have now reset the golden kappa counter, so we have to wait even longer now. Good job.
Gen.G in this moment.
Look, if you guys want to troll me for money, that's fine. I approve. Thank you guys for the gift subs. It's very generous of you. This is like a banner day for subs between Jerky's Minion and you guys. It's like the most subs I've ever had in a day. Thank you. All right, well, game's over. They can actually end with Baron, unlike last game. Surely nobody would give me more money to troll. Kwanzaa, thank you, man. I'm trying to make entertaining content for you guys. Thank you for watching. Oh, it's Dutch. There you go. I'm sure my Dutch pronunciation was awful. We want Elephant to keep going. It's keeping on going, guys. To answer your question earlier about Travis versus us in terms of sponsors, part of it is, I think Travis is, so we do a lot with podcast budgets, and he only has one podcast that's like, would be on the smaller side of one of our podcasts. And so you kind of need like the volume because we're a podcast network. I don't think he can really get podcast advertising dollars, because trying to go out to market with a podcast, just one podcast of that size, I think is quite challenging. And esports winter hits you hard when all of the esports endemic sponsors don't want to sponsor esports anymore. You know, he just has too many different kinds of content, so the focus is all over the place. He also, I think, you know, has been repped by agencies where he is one of the smaller influencers. Like when he was at Loaded, I mean, he doesn't compare to Loaded's top clients, right? Like Loaded repped Ninja during his prime. I talk about this on Summoning Insight in the viewer Q&A. So he was always going to be lower priority. And then also, I mean, I do sales myself. Like I fucking hustle, man. You know, I fucking hustle for LFN. Like, so a lot of it is me hustling my ass off. I work with 4 different agencies now. So I'm juggling all of the agencies, including some independent people, and I'm doing sales myself. So if I have sponsors that I track down, like, for example, like Esports Bet and Into the AM were my deals. So I think like Travis was very well positioned for when there was a lot of money in esports, because if you wanted to throw esports money into something, like he's got all these interviews that are popping off, and like, you know, he had the podcast as well. He would go to international events. He had his own content. But when the esports money dries up, like we have an advantage because we do podcast budgets, and podcast budgets do not care that we're esports. To them, we're just another podcast network. We're another media company. So the only thing that matters is our numbers. So we're not affected really by esports winter. That's why. I mean, we were affected by esports winter in terms of investment that we didn't get, but we weren't affected really by sponsors. The crazy thing is, if esports winter ends, we'll probably get, you know, endemic brand deals again. So I think it's a difficult position for him to be in. But yeah, that's what and see. Andrew here is responding in Twitch chat when he's in a meeting with one of our agencies that I should be in right now because I'm 15 minutes late and talking to you guys. Lol. It's all right. We'll get into that meeting in just a second. We're gonna wait for the Golden Kappa first. Yeah, you did have a good sponsorship with Alienware. But, you know, that's when esports was the hotness. The thing is, you know, a lot of sponsors are more interested in like one-off deals now. So it's like they want to sponsor like one event with an influencer or one influencer. They're not as interested in sponsoring teams or anything like that. It completed. Golden Kappa success. We did it. We'll have our Golden Kappas tomorrow for the stream. Hell yeah, look at that. Thank you, guys. So check your Kappas. I think you had to sub during the Golden Kappa train. I think you had to sub during the Golden Kappa train. Yep, you can Golden Kappa on the PSG sweep. Yep, that's Flebs get Monocro. Scammed. You weren't scammed. Time to unsub until the next Kappa trade. Hey! I think we're taking the wrong lessons from this, guys. I think we're taking the wrong lessons. So please, you nailed the Into the AM deal. Great company. I love having the code. Yeah, I really like them too. We just signed a much bigger deal with them. So thanks for you guys for buying the stuff. Hopefully you enjoy it. I'm literally wearing an Into the AM shirt right now. All right, guys, I got to go get on this call. So thank you for the Golden Kappa, all those subs at the end. This has probably been my best day for subs ever. So thank you very much, guys. It's been really fun. Oh, TS versus Gen.G thoughts. I did say that. So there was trolling in both games. Basically, my concerns about top esports was there was some trolling with them based on like they were making cross map plays when like Cream would TP to a side lane and then they try and fight an objective cross map. It was pretty troll. And then Gen.G, obviously, I think their comp game too was pretty troll, and like Lehens was pretty bad today. I think neither of these teams will play like that versus each other. So we have a few days for them to kind of tighten things up. I think Gen.G will win, but yeah, both teams showed faults, but I think those faults were happy gaming and not like real big mistakes that they would make against better teams. That's my thought. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe if I see that match, I'll change my tune and be like, wow, it was just a flaw, right? Maybe I'm wrong. All right. I will see you tomorrow, guys. I'll be back tomorrow. We'll be doing this once more into the breach tomorrow, where we will obviously be watching PSG 3-0 BLG. Obviously, guys. That's what's going to happen. JK, it's BLG crushing PSG mercilessly. I actually think that's going to be the most one-sided series. That's what I think. All right, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. It's been fun. Got to go to my call. Goodbye.